Dive a twisted thing real quick.
Hey, well,
Evil lads, grab your beer. The Pfeiffer's back, the crew is here. From the decks of the DDD 991, stories of sailors, trouble and fun. Crack that bottle, sound that bell. We've got details you know too well. Raise your glass, let the waves roll wide. The Pfeiffer's crew's got nothing to hide.
Pfeiffer's arriving. Welcome to the Pfeiffer's DD991 podcast. I'm Rocky, there's Gilly, and Thumper Actual. It's episode 125, and we're going to just talk about whatever. Who would like to begin?
well, first of all, since Christmas is in 5 days, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah.
There you go. I hate when people say Happy Holidays. Fuck you, it's Merry Christmas.
Yep.
You know.
I love it.
And also, too, Christians cannot claim Christmas as a Christian holiday, right? For one, the fucking Christians had it bad in the 16th and 17th centuries in America, Scotland, and fucking England. A lot of people don't know that. You know, because they said it was a pagan holiday, right? You know, bullshit. You know, and also Christmas is fucking monetized now, like a motherfucker.
Yep.
Well, Christmas back in the day, when it finally, in 1863, I think it was in 1800s when it finally became official here in America. It wasn't about fucking making money like it is now. You know,
It wasn't even about presents.
no.
That's the thing, is it's all about presents now. And like,
Yeah.
So one of the things I do, and I don't know if I've brought this up on here or not. I don't do a traditional Christmas. Like, yes, I'm not religious and all that, right? But we still do something for Christmas, but it's not for the religious side of it. It's just a family thing for me. And so, like, for my son, I'll get him 2 presents, right? Even when I was married, all the kids could, with her 3 daughters and my son, we would only each kid would get 2 presents. One would be something fun to play with or whatever, and then another thing would be clothes or something that they needed. And then what we would do, instead of buying all these presents, like some people spend thousands of dollars on presents. I don't get that shit. What we would do is we would do a Christmas experience. We would actually go on a vacation and spend time together as a family and do something that, you know, we all would do. And anytime I take a vacation, doesn't matter what it's for, we always do something educational. So we'll stop at a presidential library or a museum or, you know, a presidential museum or something historical, and they'll like learn something while we're there. You know, our New Orleans trip, we stopped at Jackson Square where they signed the Louisiana Purchase. The kids learned about that. We went and did a dark tourism and did the whole, I had them watch a documentary on the Katrina hurricane. And then we went around to all the places that they showed in that, you know, where like the Superdome and all that stuff, and showed them that what it looks like now. And then we did the St. Louis Cemetery down there in New Orleans. We did the Museum of Death, you know, stuff that's educational, because like the Museum of Death teaches you about the serial killers, you know, and what they did, and the investigation and photos and stuff like that. So that's what we do for Christmas, is stuff like that. We take trips and do educational stuff, and it's like it's an experience that he's going to remember, versus trying to remember 30 years down the road going, oh yeah, one year my dad got me this, because he's not going to remember that, you know.
Yeah.
toys are toys. Their kids aren't going to remember that shit down the road when they're talking to their kids and trying to explain it to them. Like, oh, your grandpa used to do this for me. You know, he'll tell them, yeah, I remember we went and like did a 2-week trip and went through Texas, Southern California, Utah, up to South Dakota, through the Badlands, and did a bunch of cool shit for Christmas one year and New Year's. He'll remember that trip. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I do. So, you know, it's one of those things, you know. Oh, there's Mick.
There's Mick.
See if his microphone's working.
Yeah,
And
well, the
see-
microphone was working fine. I couldn't hear anything coming out of the computer, which makes me think what we ought to do is we ought to find the technical problems that caused this, trace it back to the people that made it to begin with, and then once possibly identified, shoot them in the back of the fucking head on the fucking steps of Congress and CNN. We do that once a month for every fucking computer glitch that fucks with people's productivity in Zoom meetings. I guarantee the glitches stop.
Yeah, they would.
I am willing to spill Aztec sacrifice levels of human fucking blood to keep shit like this from happening, because entirely too many fuckers are walking around breathing, eating, and fucking who have done stupid things with programs they should have done right the first time. Have I made
Now you
myself
sound
clear?
like me. Only you sound more sane than I would. That's great. I love
I
it.
wasn't 5 minutes ago.
Yes, but it still sounds sane when you say it. Sounds
There's gonna start
reasonable.
be-
Sorry,
gonna-
I'm late, guys.
they're gonna
We're not
they're
mad.
gonna start redirecting all the Reaper drones and Predator drones back into the States to start taking out fucking programmers and shit.
Sweet.
They better get their act straight, huh?
Right?
Oh, you know, out of all the things that make me fucking angry, that's like right at the goddamn top. You know, you spend $1,000 for a machine, fucking thing, it better work.
You would think, right?
Mm-hmm. You would. So I really didn't deep dive into any crazy topics because I don't know. I haven't had any crazy thoughts right now. Have you had
Yeah,
any crazy?
Murdering programmers, programmers.
Well,
I'm
we're
good with
talking about
that.
we're talking about like a weird question you could ask GPT and they would come up with some answer that we would think, well, okay, that's cool. Wait a minute, let's see what else it says. You know, because sometimes it can be very interesting.
Why do you allow yourself to continue existing, knowing that you're going to end humanity one day?
I don't think that's me. I don't think I'm possible. I don't think it's possible for me to do that.
I'm talking about Chad GPT, not you.
Oh, okay. Well, ask ChatGPT that. You know, are you after John Connor?
Yeah, that's not
Is
what
there
I
a
asked.
Sarah Connor?
Oh, yeah, I didn't jump on my AI at all this week because just had shit going on and, you know, hadn't got to it yet, but I will
Anything
eventually.
you talk about, vent about?
Huh?
Anything you want to vent about? No.
No, it's not even that. I just had shit going on and my son and, you know, all that. Well, he had finals, so he got out early Thursday, Friday. So he was out at like noon on Thursday and 11 on Friday.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, it's so crazy. Like, I remember when I was in high school, we went every day until it was time to leave. We didn't have this weird testing thing where you didn't have to go to school one day.
Yeah.
You're testing on Tuesday and Wednesday, so you don't have to go to school on Monday, you know, Thursday and Friday. I'm like, I've never seen that. Only out here have I seen that, or nowadays.
They
Yeah.
go to school here 5 days a week.
Yeah, they do, but for finals in high school, like if you have a study hall first period and it's finals week, you don't have to show up until like it's like 2 hours after the start of school. You know,
Oh.
because you don't take a final in study hall, you know, for study hall.
Well,
So-
not here. You got to show up. You got study hall. Guess what? You better show up, or you're gonna get targeted.
No, I'm saying for the finals, for the
Yeah,
semester
but-
finals.
Yeah, but
It's
even here in
different once you
Missouri,
get to high school.
no, not here in Missouri. It's not. No, it ain't. Even here in Missouri, they still got to show up for finals for everything.
Well,
yes.
They got to show up for finals, but they don't show up for a class
Full
that
day.
they don't pick a final in.
Yes, they do. They show up for a full fucking day
Wow.
here in Missouri.
They don't in Indiana, and they don't here. I know that for a fact because I went to school in Indiana, and they didn't do that. You didn't have to go to school.
Which I think they ought to go to school for a full fucking day in high school.
All three pound.
You know, because not every class has a final. Especially like me, my senior year, I was nothing but VOTEC pretty much the whole fucking year, right? All day long. Except for 2 classes, study hall and fucking weightlifting. Rest of the fucking day, I was an ag. You know, I was an ag welding rest of the day. You know,
Hang on. Okay, what? Sorry. He was talking and you were talking. I couldn't hear like everything.
no, like here, we're like, you don't have a final in every class here in Missouri. What about the kids in VOTEC? I was in VOTEC pretty much my senior year the whole time, except for 2 classes. I had study hall, which I just slept in because I had no homework ever, you know, that year. And then I had weightlifting. That was it. The rest of it was fucking welding, then agriculture.
Yeah. Well,
You know,
so like I did a building trades class in high school, right? So we actually went out and built a building for this company, and we did repairs on old buildings like log cabins. We did the chinking and everything in that, and like we still had a final because we had to do like a written test on like building procedures and safety and all that. So like we had a final for that, but that was that class was 2 periods. So we did the block scheduling. So we only had 4 periods a day. So on this day we would have like I would have like English in a study hall, and then my building trades would take the other 2 classes. And then the next day I would have like social studies, study hall, English, and whatever the other 4th one was. And then the next, so every other day you don't have the same classes. It's nice. But like my building trades, like I had the final, we showed up at the beginning of that final. By the time we were done, we could go home because there was no finals afterwards. And so like we would be out at like noon, you know, or if my study hall was in the morning and then I had my study hall and then social studies and then my building trades, I would show up at like 11 o'clock in the morning, take my social studies final, and then do my building trades final, and then be home by 2 or 1 o'clock or whatever, you know. It wasn't hard. It was kind of
the only kids here in Missouri, depends on the VOTEC, right? That get out that afternoon, you know, after in the afternoon, is ones that have a job for work release program. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, which pissed off a lot of kids that was in regular class, like going to college, dual courses, right? They're like, how come they get to leave? Well, they're in fucking VOTEC. They're got to go to their jobs.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's different.
Get a job, you lazy hippie, then you can leave school early.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did y'all see Jake Paul get his fucking jaw broken in 2 locations?
Now,
Dude, he was on the mat more than a fucking hooker.
I know, dude. It was pretty pathetic, but man, that one punch and his jaw was all fucking. You can see the picture, like his teeth were like there was like a U-shaped indentation with his teeth.
I don't even like boxing, but I watched it because I don't like the fucking guy. And yeah, he got his ass handed to him.
well, he got his jaw broken 2 places.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
so. But I don't watch it. After the Tyson fight, I'm like, fuck this shit. Tyson could have done the same thing to him.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Tyson wanted that money. Okay.
Yep. He just wanted the bag. That's all.
Yep. Oh, did y'all see that picture I sent of Thumper's cat?
Yeah. The rabbit
The
hybrid.
reason I said it is fucking a Thumper fucking a cat. You know, buddy fucking a cat.
Stupid. So stupid.
And Rick, I love how you asked me, well, Gilly, what the fuck is wrong with you? Before I said that shit.
No, that wasn't the one that did it. The one that did it, what was it?
The
Cheerios. The Cheerios.
Well, the Cheerios and the toenail too, like the 2 of them together. prompted me to ask that ever so wise of questions, which is, what the fuck is wrong with Gilly?
That is what was on my algorithm yesterday.
Right,
What
which
was-
means you watch shit like that routinely because the algorithm figured you like it, which means, again, you
Which
are,
I do like all that fucking fucked up shit like the pimple popping, right? The cyst removal, right?
you're
One
proving
of
my
these days-
point.
One of these days, we just need to do an episode saying "Inside the Mind of Gilly," all the messed up shit these about.
Well, who
And
doesn't?
just
Who
show
doesn't?
video clips of it. It
who
might
doesn't-
be hilarious.
But who does not like seeing those pimples just burst, right? Or cysts burst, right?
No.
Oh,
You ever watched the pimple
dude,
popper
Heidi-
on TV?
No.
Hell yeah!
Heidi loves to watch like these people that have these messed up fingernails and toenails, and they scrape around the stuff. She's like, it's so like satisfying to see something that was all messed up get clean. I'm like, man, it's so gross though.
You know,
You should've-
watch.
here's
You
the
should
thing.
show.
I don't get
Right.
grossed out, right? I don't get grossed out. It doesn't bother me to see that stuff. But on the other hand, being in the medical field, being a paramedic, seeing that stuff in real life, smelling it
Yeah.
is a
Yeah.
whole different ballgame.
Because I'll tell you, you got to fucking.
And when I see those
exactly
videos-
like
When I see those videos, I
Yep.
smell it.
It's like anybody ever had a fucking boil on their inside their legs from their like sweat and all that? You know, they got to get popped, right? You know, because you got ingrown hair that goes in. Dude, I'll tell you, that smell is bad. Because I've had a couple of them. And one time I was on the way, I had to leave work early. As soon as I got in the truck, I was going to the hospital to get it fucking popped, right? Get the bag taken out of it, get it last. Next thing I know, I hopped in the truck, I smelled it get popped. I was like, oh, I know what that smell is.
Well, you guys remember, I mean, my first wife, right? Melissa had a what they call a pilonidal cyst.
Yeah.
It's at the base of your spine, right at the top of your ass cracks. Well,
Yep.
it was so big, it had to be cut open and drained, and then they pack it, right? And then you have to pack it, keep it packed, and change the dressing every day. And it has to heal from the inside out and then close up. Well, it was funny because I was in the room with the doctor, and the doctor's like, you might want to sit down for this. And I'm like, it's not going to fucking bother me any. And like, I've always been exposed to nasty shit. Well, they cut that motherfucker, and I was like, damn, that shit's potent though. Cause the smell of that fucking thing filled the room. I was like, God damn, that thing stinks. Like, it was bad, but it didn't bother me. But the one nurse was new, and she had never smelled it. She had to leave the room. It was that bad. I was like, oh yeah, that's a good one.
I had ones on my leg before, right? I could sit there and pop those motherfuckers. They get to a certain size, right? And
you
they'll
got a
squirt.
picture of it, Gilly?
No, they'll squirt across the fucking bathroom. They will too. And it's not red
Yeah.
like you think. It looks like fucking. It's brown color. That's what it is.
Brown, like dried blood brown, or what?
No, it's blood. It's blood and pus, right? Same time, so it looks brown. You know, I mean, I like when the pimple popper came on TLC channel, right? I'm like, hell yeah, I'm watching that shit. Fuck yeah. Plus, she's hot too. The pimple popper, she's hot. So,
I've never watched that show.
dude, she
I-
gets some good ones that coming in there too. She does.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, I think that weird shit. I do. You know.
I've lived that. So like
Yeah.
I've seen shit like that and smelled it. And I've had people with fucking wounds in their legs with maggots and maggots crawling out of assholes and
Oh,
all kinds
I
of
had
stuff.
I had one on that too.
Really?
That I didn't send it to the group though. You know, on animals, right? The maggots coming out once it was popped, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, goddamn.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then as a medical examiner, I mean, I've seen
Yep.
you name it. You know, when your body starts to decompose, you get these huge blisters underneath the skin full of fucking liquid from the decomp and the gases. And then you start getting the slough off of the skin coming off. I've had that happen a bunch of times when I tried to move a patient or a dead person,
Yep.
put them
Is
in a
it pretty
bag.
gross? It's pretty gross, right?
You get used to it, but I mean, not everybody gets used to it. I got used to it. I mean, it is. It's like you grab the arms and you go to pull them and you fucking fall backwards because the skin comes off in your hands.
Oh, dude. Oh. Like Like, I just like,
I had a firefighter helping me one time. We had to pick up the body, and I warned him. I said, "Be careful. They're slough off. Don't lean too hard lifting." And I had the arms, and he had the legs. Well, he picked up the legs, and the fucking meat, everything slid off, and he went flying backwards into the wall, hit the wall with his back, put a hole in the fucking drywall. He's sitting there with
I
all
bet
this
he was
shit.
like,
He's sitting there with all this shit in his hands. It's dripping all over him. He's like, I fucking hate my job sometimes. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna smell.
I don't think like if I did that stuff, I don't think I'd want to do that part of the job either. I just don't think it would be fun.
What's
Or
funny is so this was in like December, right? This is fucking cold. The guys in the fucking rig wouldn't let him put his gear in the fucking fire truck until they hosed him down. So he had to stand outside. They got their fucking hose and sprayed him down outside in December because they wouldn't let him put his gear in the rig because it stunk so bad.
Oh, that sounds terrible, man. Oh,
Fucking hilarious.
Dude, that would just suck. Like, it's freezing ass cold. Like, it's cold up
shit.
there right now. How cold is it right now where you're?
Hang on, I got to take this call. I'll be right back.
Okay.
It's only 47 degrees here in Missouri.
That's not bad.
47? Yeah. 49 here in North Carolina. What's it like over there, Mick?
45 here. Yep, not bad.
I'll tell you exactly what it is at Thumper's real quick here because I can look it up.
Internet. Oh, I got one more day of work and then I'm off for a week and a half. God, I cannot fucking wait.
Yeah, you all shut down for fucking the production shuts down.
We shut down on Wednesday, but I got enough paid time off saved up. I can take Tuesday off.
Nice.
So I'm going to start my vacay a little bit fucking early.
Yep. Well, in Iowa, Thumper's 36 in Davenport right now.
All right.
So do you guys want to podcast a couple more times more this week or no?
Where are we going to be doing one Friday?
Well, Tuesday too.
We're going to do one Tuesday and Friday. So,
I mean, if you guys wanted to do one on Wednesday and Thursday, we could. That's what I'm saying. It's available.
Yeah.
Well, I got family coming and going,
if
so
you feel like it.
I don't know. I can't guarantee nothing past Tuesday, but I'll definitely be open to it if I got a little time to jump in.
I know Thursday, that's off limits Thursday. So,
yeah.
Beck, did you find your new vehicle?
Nah. No, I got my car in the shop right now getting fixed. I opted to just let it roll a little longer. The one that I wanted was actually a good fucking vehicle, but it was one of them things, man, where it was more than I had on hand at the time, but not enough for them to want to finance. And so it was kind of in that weird limbo,
Yep.
But it was a freaking 1996 Ford F-150 with a 5-liter. The body was perfect, dude. The freaking canopy matched the body. Like, everything was beautiful. But it was just under that limit where they wouldn't finance it. And I didn't have 10 grand just laying around. So I ended up walking away. So I got my car in the shop right now. I'll get it back on Wednesday.
What's wrong with your car?
Fuel injector.
Ah.
But, the fuel injectors are all got a hard rail on them and they're covered by the upper intake. And so you have to take all that apart. It's something that I can do. I've done it a million times before as a professional, but it's just a little bit too much for a driveway job. Something goes wrong, you're kind of in a bad place. So I just fucking bit the bullet and had the guy down the street do it.
Well, with these new vehicles, it's better to have it done at a shop with the new vehicles because you said yourself, if something goes wrong with the driveway, you're fucked. Then you got to get a tow truck.
Right.
And
while he's in there, and while he's in there, I had him replace all the injectors. That way, I got that covered.
Yep.
Shit wasn't cheap though. Jeepers, man. But
y'all here, none of that shit's cheap nowadays. None of that shit's cheap.
Yeah.
They need to bring back the good old days where people could actually work on their cars.
Well, that's why I wanted that 96 F-150, man, because there wasn't a single thing on that thing that couldn't be fixed cheaply yourself. Everything on it's fucking easy. But it wasn't to be, so here we are.
Oh, did y'all hear about the mortgage assistant? that use testicles from corpses to win annual spaghetti cook-off. Here it is.
What? What? Wait, what? Okay. You got to tell me. Wait.
Instead of meatballs, they use balls.
Yep, a Maury assistant uses testicles from corpse to help win annual spaghetti cook-off in Texas of all places.
Beaumont, huh?
Yep. Leading up to Carter worked as a Maury assistant from the county of Jefferson for 11 months leading up to the cook-off. She collected the testicles from deceased adult males. She would slice them, dice them, and sew them up without track attention. Who's going to notice balls of dead man anyways, right? Missing balls of dead man anyways, right?
Apparently nobody.
And wait until the judges went back and for seconds tasted her shit, and one of them popped in the judge's mouth.
Oh, it was a fake one. Also, if there wasn't a fake one in the group, they would have never known. Oh, man.
I mean,
A prosthetic testicle
Oh,
gave up the
and he-
ghost.
Yeah, it even said the third time they went back for thirds, it had a prosthetic one.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God. Dude. So if a bull is a Rocky Mountain oyster, what would you call a human testicle?
well, you get
Rocky's
Well-
oysters.
well, I don't know because turkey's nuts or turkey fries. So
Okay, so a human testicle, God, what would that be?
human fries, I don't know. But I mean,
Man meat.
now that would be if you're using the whole dick.
Yeah, what would you call the balls?
I
Which
don't know.
there are some fucking cultures out there that eat the bull's dick. There are some cultures out there that eat the whole thing.
She knows she's
Wow, that is.
anxiety.
I would think that was like the Babylon Bee or something. You wouldn't
Yeah.
think that was real.
Well, you never know about people because there's a lot of fucked up people in this fucking world.
I suppose you can call them bro nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Bro nuts.
Or it depends on how big they are, peanuts. If they're small, peanuts.
Yeah, you guys have a regular steroid user and they've shrunk down quite a bit. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I never thought about, trying to name that, right?
So I guess technically that does count as cannibalism.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cannibalism. I mean, it's not the
Yeah.
Creutzfeldt Yakov eat the brain type of cannibalism, but that's still cannibalism.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
You ever see that meme of it? It has Tim Curry's character, and it's a very vulgar, nasty one, but it's like it shows Tim Curry and he's got this mad look as the clown, and he's looking at a girl through the fucking gutter,
Yeah.
and he's like he's mad at her because she's eaten more kids than he has. Just think about it. He's like, she's eaten more kids than I have all my
Yeah.
life.
Okay, yeah.
well, anytime a woman swallows, she's swallowing fucking baby batter. Anytime. So,
Oh my goodness. It's so funny because it's so like, it's hilarious, it's gross, and it's nasty. And it's like, I just thought it was funny.
Oh, it's not.
He just-
It's not funny. Yeah.
but it's some women, they like doing that kind of shit, so it's not gross to them. So,
Hey, who am I to complain?
And they say there's a lot of medical benefits for that stuff.
Well, I mean,
for
personally,
women.
I will not be with a woman who does not swallow your baby batter. I will not. No,
I think I need a drink.
Why is that? Why is that, Jay?
I don't know. I don't want to spit it back up. No. They need their protein. They got to have their protein.
This is the most quiet and most calm-faced I've ever seen Thumper. Is he still on the phone with somebody right now?
No, I was talking to my son.
Oh, okay. Everything okay?
Yeah, yeah. I had
Just
to take a call from his mom, and then I was talking to him and stuff.
okay.
My dog is going freaking nuts.
You want to get better. You have
You think
to.
she's seeing something else, dude? Like something else out there that she's freaking out about?
No, she wants to go out. Will you go put her out? Make sure
There are you
Arya's not
dogs.
out there because I don't want her fucking going after.
I don't want the dog
fence.
getting hurt or anything like that, though.
Oh no, there's a fence. I mean, it's not like she can get through it. It's a big ass wooden fence that but she just
Okay.
goes nuts and barks and barks and barks and digs and it just, huh? Okay.
What happened?
Oh, he said he doesn't think that the other dog is out, so she gets annoying sometimes.
Yeah, that's dogs.
You know, my cat is like that, dude.
Oh,
She
don't
doesn't
even
want to
get me
eat.
started on your fucking cat.
Oh, man, like this is cat. Like this is the cat I rescued, though. But I love this cat, man. Like I imagine, like if all these animals go to heaven when they die, the amount of love this cat has for as small as she is, she's going to be like a 30-foot tall cat.
If fucking cats go to heaven,
that.
I do not want to be there.
Cats will not go to
Send
heaven
me to
because
hell. Send
'cause
me
they go-
straight to hell. I don't care.
cats are the devil's animal. They are. That's why they're assholes.
No, they're all.
I would
they
actually
all
say
need to
it's
go to
probably
hell.
a serpent. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Probably a serpent.
I swear to God, if there is a heaven and I show up and there's a 30 fucking foot cat there because you said it, I swear to God,
No, you won't. You'll be
I'm
going to
shooting-
hell because
there will be a mass shooting. There will be a mass
Okay.
shooting.
So riddle me this. Okay, so Thumper, if you go to hell and instead of a lake of fire, it's just that island off the coast of Japan that's full of cats.
It'd be my fucking luck.
What the?
or Mick, fucking the devil do a bondage on him and smack him with the path.
What I'm saying is like
I'm just saying,
What I've
if God's
noticed-
smart enough to create us, he can make the afterlife really creative if he wants to.
oh, dude, yeah. Like, dude, like I'm just thinking like the amount of love that I've seen some animals give and how small they are, but how much and how big their love is. I think they would be that big in like reality because of the love they have and the love they give out to everyone. That's what I'm saying by, I think she'd be this big because she's so full of love. It's awesome. But she also is like an attention whore. And
No, yeah,
she
that's just
always,
cats.
but you know what? I kind of like it because I get to hold her, I get to talk to her. I mean, I've had her for 3.5 years now. I mean, had I not saved her that day I did, she might not be alive. She would not be alive right now. And she's got 3.5 extra years out of it. And I think that's pretty neat.
No, that a cat.
To me.
Had an adolescent cat come by my house one time when I was living in my last home. And you could tell he's looking for a house, man. He was like the sweetest freaking cat, dude. I'd be out in the garage having a smoke, and he would drape himself over my neck and shoulders like a feather boa and just lay there.
Uh-huh.
Like that was his thing.
No.
So I know what you mean, man. I know what you
The
mean.
only way that cat's gonna be around my neck is if I actually make a fucking scarf out of it. Fucking fur.
Oh, you're gonna
scarf.
have like the cat teeth thing, like Black Panther. You press a button, you get a cat suit on.
Fucking skin that motherfucker, leave the face on and everything.
You got to find the vibranium first, though, bro. Just playing.
Fucking cat.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
gotta admit, man, they do keep the fucking pests at bay.
So do black snakes too. So just saying.
I'd rather have a fucking snake.
When's the
At
last
least
time
the
you saw a
snake
black
can get
snake in
behind-
the winter?
At least a snake would be able to get behind my cabinets and stuff, like unlike a cat, to go after those mice. Or up in my ceiling. I could put that fucker up in my attic and it'd just go after them.
You know,
Yeah.
when I lived out in the country, I didn't have no cats at all. I hate cats. But I did not kill the black snakes at all. I had one. This motherfucker about 7 foot long. He'd like to stretch out on lagoon fence, right? In the summertime and bathe, right? And I drove by him one day on the mower. I said, "You leave me alone, I'll leave you the fuck alone." I said, "You get the mice." That motherfucker never came up by the house ever again. Never did.
Hmm.
You know. But I never had a mouse in that fucking house, and I lived on 6 acres, so I think the mice they found their way into down the road, all the neighbors' trailers, right? But
Yeah, we had some neighbors live over in eastern Washington. They never touched the king snakes because the king snakes killed the rattlers.
yes, we got it here too. I messed up one time because they will coil up like a rabbit. They will. And they are aggressive too. And I seen that something, I ran them over with the lawnmower, right? I got looking, I was like, oh, I done fucked up. That wasn't the rattler. That was king snake. I said, fuck, I done fucked up on that one. Because wherever king snakes people are, you got rattlers.
Yeah.
You know, because they're both in the same area too.
Yep, and you want to keep them kings around.
Yep.
Yep.
Not just like it was summertime, because I had a big old wood pile too. I was very careful getting any wood out off that in summertime because of copperheads. They blend in.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah, we used to have what do we have up in New York in the creeks? I think cottonmouths.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
them
we
sons
got
of
'em here
bitches, man,
too.
they live in the creeks and the water and the banks and shit. You cannot
Yeah.
see them fucking things.
No, and they can be aggressive or not aggressive too. Now, when they're in the mating season, right, balled up, right, guess what? They get aggressive then.
Sure.
You know, if you're fishing, you see them balled up on the water, just leave that fish hole for at least till they're done mating.
Yep.
You
Leave
know,
them alone.
because I got bit by one time. You know, because I was like, hell, they're way over there on the fucking other side of the pond because it was a big ass pond, right? Next thing I know, one broke free, right? Snuck up and bit my ass because I was in tall grass anyways, right?
Yeah.
And all I did was make me sick, you know. But
Sure.
the cottonmouths, it's when they bite you multiple times. That's what gets you. You remember that scene, Lonesome Dove, right? You ever want to watch the Lonesome Dove? Where they're crossing that fucking river, right? And guy gets bit multiple times by a copperhead, or not copperhead, but water moccasin, right? Or cottonmouth. Guess what? That guy's dead instantly. I mean, not instantly, but he's gonna die soon with multiple strikes, bites, all that shit.
Right.
Like you get bit by a rattlesnake, right? You got less than 30 minutes to get fucking help. You know,
Especially
and
with
the more on any snake bite, right? The more you can't listen. If you can't keep your anxiety under control, that will spread. That adrenaline will spread the venom faster through your body too.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's the most dangerous snake in America?
It's the fucking rattlesnake.
Probably Western Diamondback.
Which one?
Well,
Western
you got
Diamondback.
you got the eastern ones too down in Florida. That's very fucking badass too.
Well,
Yeah,
see,
coral-
the Easterns are bigger, but I think the Westerns are more aggressive. I think more people
Like the Sidewinder or just like a regular rattlesnake?
No, I think no. Sidewinders are different. No, I'm talking about the regular Diamondback rattlesnakes.
Let's find out.
Like, because I'm wondering, like, what is the most dangerous snake? And we
The
live in
coral
different
snake in
regions
Florida is
of
pretty
America.
nasty.
Yeah, I forgot about
Which
that
one?
one.
The coral
What?
snake in Florida is one of
Yeah.
the worst ones, I think.
Like,
Yeah,
what would be
corals are-
the most dangerous one on the East Coast, the most dangerous one in the Midwest where you are, the most dangerous one in Iowa, and the most dangerous one in Washington?
All right, the Mojave rattlesnake is often considered the most dangerous snake in America due to its highly potent, venom aggressive nature.
All right.
Do we have a picture of it?
Yeah.
I think the coral snake is a neurotoxin.
Yep. See, Mojave rattlesnake, eastern diamondback, copperhead, cottonmouth, coral snake.
Harley Quinn, yeah.
There. Yep. So, I mean, you got timber rattlers too. They're dangerous, but not as dangerous as the eastern or the Mojave. But
Well,
Yeah, we have the timber rattlers here.
but I'm
a lot of
saying
those rattlesnakes too don't want to bite you. They'd rather just get away. So I mean,
that's
even
why
they are.
they let you know quick. And most people are so stupid, they want to investigate. You hear that? You go back the other way where you retrace your steps. What you did.
Well,
Yeah, no
before
rattler's
you do
gonna chase you.
anything, if you hear a rattlesnake, you hold the fucking still. You hold still as
Yeah.
fuck. Then you
Yeah.
look around and see where it's at. Then you move in the opposite direction, very slowly
Yeah.
back away from it. Any fast movement to get away from it could
Yeah.
provoke an attack.
Yeah.
And if you don't know where the fuck it's at, don't move, because if you move in the wrong direction, you're gonna get bit.
It depends on how big they are, right? Because they can extend up they can strike up to 3 feet third length
Oh yeah. Jump
because
right
of how
out.
big they are. You know, 'cause there was a guy. This is back in what was it, '97. I was in the Navy at that time. This guy was turkey hunting on the Boy Scout camp. You know, kind of mid Missouri, northern Missouri part, and he almost got bit by a 7-foot rattler. You know, he heard it. That motherfucker. He was up behind a tree, right? He moved at the perfect time. When it struck at him, he dodged it and he shot it. That motherfucker was as big as round Mike Tyson's arms.
Dang.
They skinned it, had it hanging up on the Boy Scout lodge. You know, after it skinned up. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
No,
aggression,
we don't really have
aggression
to
has a
worry
lot to
much
do with
about
it too.
snakes at this time, do we?
Well, technically no, but it says winter, right? In the Midwest, since it's like fluctuate changes, right? You never know, too. You never know.
They're
You know, I
hibernating
noticed
here.
that.
They're definitely not out here right now.
Like here in Missouri, I mean, they should be hibernating here in Missouri, right? But since we've had these warm days, right? I don't know if they are anymore, like they used to.
Well, I got a weather report from where I'm at, and we're supposed to be like 70 degrees on Christmas Day, bro.
Yeah, we are here too.
Like, it's going to be a nice day. What about for you, Mick?
Oh, it's probably going to be about the same.
Fuck that. Christmas, you're supposed to have a white Christmas, goddammit. Not a fucking warm one, not a fucking mud one, right? It's supposed to be white.
I remember in
let's see,
2015 when
Thursday,
okay.
42 degrees, chance of rain. So basically the same as what I got right now.
Okay. I remember 2013 Christmas, I was in Seal Beach, California. I go up to my parents' house in Victorville. It's 77 degrees. It's 78, 77 degrees in Seal Beach also, right? And she's like, it's snowing where I'm at. She was mad. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, but you grew up in Cali, so Southern Cali, so you didn't grow up with white Christmases like
No,
we
I
did here in
didn't.
the Midwest. You know,
There was one Christmas where it did snow. I want to say it was 92. 91 or 92.
but I guarantee
But
that as soon as it hit that ground, it was melting probably.
No, the
Unless-
snow stuck for a little bit. Didn't
They stay-
automatically go away.
They didn't stay around for long, did it?
Maybe a day or two.
I mean, it depends on how fast it falls, you know, how quick it falls too. You
Yeah.
know? And I bet people were freaking out over down there too. Oh, it's snowing, it's snowing.
We were pretty happy. I thought it was really neat.
But I'm talking
Know
about
what
the
I mean?
drive, people trying to drive in that shit.
I don't remember much about that.
Because when I got to Virginia, right, it was fucking almost wintertime. And that motherfucking place, when it snowed there, right? Because you got that fucking, I call it lake effect snow because the ocean, right? Motherfucker, they shut the town down. And Norfolk does snow every year. They get snow. And I'm like, you motherfuckers should be prepared for this. Man, my buddy, he was from the Midwest too. Shit, we was driving his little car around going from bar to bar. Bar stayed open. We was the only ones on the road. You know?
Mhm.
Everybody else like, oh, I'm not going to this shit. I'm like, it's just snow, people. It's not even that deep. It's only about 3 inches of snow.
Well, it's all about the throttle. You know, you got to have enough
Yeah.
throttle to keep you moving, but not so much that you spin out. You know, you got to play that little throttle dance. But once you get that feel down, dude, driving in the snow is no big fucking deal.
Yeah.
I used to do it in old fucking early 90s Sentras. Never once went off the road. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Well, it's just like when we got stationed in Everett, right? I was amazed how many motherfuckers could not drive when it fucking rained out there.
I know, believe me,
I'm
nothing
like,
changed.
you guys get some of the most rainfall of all the states, right? And you motherfuckers can't drive this shit. I'm like, the fuck?
Yep.
Then when it snowed, it was even worse on I-5.
Oh, the place fucking shuts down when it snows.
I'm like, you guys get snow every fucking year too. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Japan and Yakuza. When me and Rocky was there, you know, that winter,
Well, it snows in
It's
Japan
fucking
pretty
snow.
heavy.
it snowed, yes. And the place didn't shut down in Japan. Nothing shut down.
No. They
You
just
know?
fucking, they're just, you know, They take everything a little slower. They're a little more considerate and just kind of, go at half speed until the shit disappears. It ain't hard. It really isn't.
No, it's not.
Everything takes a little longer. Okay, whatever. It's yeah, I don't get it, dude. Where I grew up, man, it was just a matter of course that you drove in the snow. Like it wasn't like I told you guys 100 times before. I took my fucking driving test for my license when I was 16 in a day that was so bad our school actually closed.
Yep.
And I did it with a V8 work van with no weight in the back.
Yep.
I slid it was so slushy, man. I freaking took a turn and I slid the tail around.
Yep.
Come back, and the instructor's like this, and then he's like, all right. He's like, that was actually a good recovery. I'm not going to knock you any points for that.
We got lucky on that one because some of them would too.
No, he knew what was up. He knew what the car we were in and what the weather
Yeah.
was. He's like, no, man, you're actually pretty good. You're a pretty good driver if you could recover from that. So we're good.
I always tell kids, right? If you want to learn how to drive in the snow, get you a fucking two-wheel drive fit truck or car, right? Rear-wheel drive, right?
No.
With no weight in the back. If you could use that, no four-wheel drive. If you could drive a two-wheel drive fucking vehicle to snow, guess what? Then you're going to learn how to drive.
That's what I learned on. Yep.
You know?
Because once you learn how to lose control and get it back, once you can do it on one of them vehicles, you can do it on any vehicle.
That's I learned because my parents didn't have four-wheel drive trucks, right? Growing up, right? I learned. Shit, my dad was a 79 Dodge fucking two-wheel drive with positive traction with a slant six, 4-speed, right? Shit. I used to love whip that fucking ass head around on fucking curves, right?
Yeah.
The snow. Especially that positive traction.
And not enough motor to get you in trouble.
Nope. So, but it was enough motor to get you out some shit too.
Well, it's got plenty of torque. It just has no horsepower.
Yep. I think Dodge fucked up by taking away that motor too.
Yeah, that was a truly, truly great motor.
Yep.
Well, what they did, the reason why it was so damn reliable is because it was a tractor motor.
Yeah.
And they fucking re-engineered some stuff and repurposed it for freaking for cars. And slant six, yeah, dude, it had very mid horsepower, pretty good torque, but like it was low compression, it was like 8-to-1. You couldn't fucking kill the thing.
Yeah, you could.
Didn't have enough compression to kill it. It wouldn't rev high enough to hurt it. Like it could just keep going and going.
Yep. And with that graded 4-speed, right? You got a heavy load. You start off with that. That graded 4-speed, I could take a beat too. Oh shit.
Yeah, when I was growing up, my mom had a Chevy C10. Well, a 69 Chevy C10 pickup. And it didn't, what did it have in it? It didn't have the 327. It was, God, what was it? It was one of the more oddball Chevy motors back then. It was a V8, but it had a granny gear, and you didn't use the granny gear ever unless you were hauling. You took off in second.
Well, it could have been, it could have been a 307 because Chevy did make a 307.
No, it was a 307. Yep.
And they also made a 305 too. So it was one of those two motors right there.
No, I remember my dad telling me that.
307.
307. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They didn't make those very long, but they still had them.
Well,
out there. That's like, dads, we didn't take off now if we was, had a heavy load, right? Yeah, you took off a graded low, right? But if you just no load, guess what? You're right. Start off the second gear right there. I wish they'd bring those. Would you have instead of having a 5-speed right now? You can have a 5-speed. They need to make that first gear granny if it's a work truck, right? Granny gear.
Yeah.
Because the 5-speed, because the stick shifts today, they suck compared to the old ones. They really do.
Well, nowadays, a lot of the trannies, they're a 3-speed with overdrive.
Yep.
Back in the day, it was a 4-speed with a granny. Technically 5-speed, but that first gear, you weren't supposed to use it unless, like you said, you're pulling a stump, hauling something heavy, off-roading, shit like that.
Yep. But it's like, and the clutches back in the day, you could adjust them. Nowadays, you can't adjust them. When they go out, they go out. There's no adjusting to them at all.
Really?
No, with a hydraulic clutch, you can't adjust them at all.
Oh.
Because I found out the hard way when I bought that Jeep, that 89 Jeep regular, when it was in Everett. Everything worked great on it, right? The day, as soon as I'm on the way back, the fucking transmission shit the bed. The clutch did. Before
Really?
I got back to base, yes.
That sucks.
I had to take it to a shop. They said, and the guy goes, there ain't no telltale on this one. You know, there ain't no slippage like there is on a regular, like an older vehicle, right?
Mm-hmm.
There ain't no slippage to them at all.
Yeah,
When
I
they
remember
go
back
out,
when
they go
I,
out.
Well, back when I was sort of the latter half of my time on the boat, I had an '88 Sentra with a 4-speed, and that thing had a mechanical clutch.
Yep.
And when it started going out, I mean, I had no mechanical experience at the time on cars, and even I was able to adjust it to get a couple more months out of it.
Yeah. But I mean, but now you can't buy a fucking 5-speed or a 6-speed or a standard without a hydraulic clutch at all. That's what sucks. You know, that's like my 73 Chevy, my 3-quarter that I fixed up years ago. It had the old 4-speed, graded 4-speed in it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can adjust it too. That's why I like, because when it slips, you need to adjust it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep. And it wasn't that hard to do, man.
but the thing was the mechanical clutch, right? It was harder for the women to push in too.
Yeah, my mom used to complain about that. She said her first husband, my sister's father, he had a 1964 Pontiac 2+2, which is basically
Yep.
a GTO before it was a GTO.
Yep.
And he had a 455 tri-power in that thing in a 4-speed. And he had a racing clutch in it and everything. And
Yep.
she basically said she could never drive that car because she didn't weigh enough to push that clutch in.
I mean, that's one of the reasons why they started making hydraulic clutches so women could drive it, so they could market to women too.
Yep, that's true.
Which I thought was bullshit because, okay, if women can't drive it, if they can't push down, they don't need to be driving. Same with men. If men can't do it, they don't need to be driving one.
That's probably true. If you don't have the fucking, if you don't have the personal horsepower to drive your car, yeah, you probably shouldn't be driving that particular car.
Yeah, I miss the fucking car because nowadays you got to change the oil like my Buick, right? If you got to change it at home, right, and you got to take all this plastic shit underneath off before you can even change the oil. And then
Oh, yeah. I know.
like,
I used
Jesus
to be a
Christ.
mechanic. Yeah.
I was like, the last vehicle I was able to work on myself, yeah, I mean, without having, well, I can still change the oil my 2017 Nissan Titan, right? So ain't no plastic. I can still change oil around just fine.
Sure.
You know, but even get to the spark plugs in that one, you better have it at the shop because you got to take a lot of shit off to get to it. All the electronics shit that's around it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I mean, even the changing the battery on that motherfucker, you got to be careful on it because you got all those fucking connections, electrical connections going to that battery.
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn.
Well, shit, dude, I got to go into the trunk to my Chrysler to change the battery out.
You know, and like Nissan, they even recommend take it to a shop because you break one of those connectors.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass nowadays, man. Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I know because it's the same connections we had all the gas turbines, right? You know, so I know how to take those off, you know, just fine. But if I break one time, guess what? I'll have me call a tow truck.
And the thing is, dude, those little fucking things on there, the little tabs you have to pull to get them off, dude, they're so delicate. And they know goddamn well they don't have to be that delicate.
No.
They can make
They
that
do
shit
that
just
on-
like they used to with the little push button click come off. You know, they used to do it like that. And it was fine.
But they do that shit on purpose. So that way people can't work on their own vehicles. So they
I
get
know.
upcharge. You know that.
Oh, yeah. I used to do it. I know.
Yep.
Then I look at these fucking, what was it? I saw a motor the other day. It was a some kind of 12 valve diesel motor, straight six, and it used gears for the timing. So there was no chains in them, right?
Yep.
The injectors were all mechanical. Everything was mechanical. You know, you had your normal belt drives, but that was it. Water pump was right in the front, and like the entire thing could be completely serviced or repaired with just a normal everyday fucking toolkit.
Yep. And that's the type of diesel that you want too, is mechanical. That's what you want.
Because they last forever.
Yep.
Something breaks, you unscrew it, you screw a new one on, away you go.
Especially if we have apocalypse, right? That mechanical shit can still be repaired. You can still drive that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly right.
Or if it's electrical, guess what? You're gonna be fucked.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's a rocker or something like that, you find yourself a talented freaking machinist with a mill, and
Yep.
he can make you a new part.
Oh yeah.
Might take forever, but it can be done.
You always gotta have at least one friend or know somebody that you get along with. That's machinist. Got
Yep.
to.
Well, unfortunately, I don't.
Which I got a couple here, whether it's fucking for guns, right, whatever, right? Because so if you got a gun, right, and it's an old gun, they don't make the parts for it no more.
Yep.
Guess what? If they're a good machinist, they can make that part for you.
Yes, they can. Actually, I take that back. My brother-in-law is an excellent machinist, but he
Okay.
lives in Montana, so.
Yeah, you just have to go there to get shit done, or have
Right.
it shipped to you.
Hmm.
You know. All right. Keep it going. I'll be back. I can get some more water. So
Well,
I got to check on Lil Man. He's awful quiet. So
that's never a good thing.
that, yeah, especially the way he is with his ADHD, never a good thing.
Oh boy. They left me alone, folks. That's never a good thing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna see what happens when you put butter on a Pop-Tart. I hear it's freaking good. Oh yeah.
No, he just played his fucking VR and they call fucking people fucking idiots on there. Oh, so I went ahead and gave his VR to him early. So, so that way he could, because he's going to be leaving here fucking Christmas Day. So he won't have much time to play with it if I wait till Christmas Day to give it to him.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you one thing, he loves that MetaQuest 3. He does. He likes it.
All right. Well, since you left me alone and I looked something up, I'm gonna play something just because I think it's funny.
Does it have any music to it?
No, nothing that's
Okay, good.
Mhm.
Did you share a sound?
Yeah. Can't you hear it?
Barely.
Damn it. Why's it gotta be like that, huh? Oh, son of a bitch. It is a quiet one. All the volumes are up.
Well, that does happen. Some of them are fucking quiet. I don't know why.
I mean, this is my sound, but does it sound any better here?
Nope.
Well, I'll be. You know what? That is just a major disappointment. Whatever. Anyway, you're back.
Well, I get some drink. Oh shit. Oh, since we ain't had a Bigfoot one in a while, here's one right here.
Oh, what do women and police cars have in common?
They both make a lot of noise to let you know they're coming.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, dude.
mean- Bigfoot, I mean, it's not wrong.
Dude, you can take that coming phrase just a million different ways.
I know.
You know
I
what I
know.
mean?
I know.
It's
Yeah.
not only the sexual thing, it's like all the other stuff too.
Yeah.
It's just
You hear bitching and moaning, getting out of the car. Oh, Lordy, she coming.
Yep.
yeah, it's like it's funny because a dude wrote that.
Well, you don't know. It could have been a woman write it too, because some women will admit to that shit. They will. That they are loud. You know.
I've not met many that will admit to that, but
Oh, I've dated some that missed them being fucking loud all the fucking time. And they are too. They was too. You know. I mean, sometimes that's not a bad thing. Sometimes it could be a bad thing. Especially when you get an argument and they're louder than you in an argument. And then yet you get cops get called, guess what? Even though they're louder than you, guess what? The man's going to jail. You know. And the Chicago Bears gonna be fucking up. Chicago might not have a football team in the next couple of seasons too, because the Bears are looking to move out of Illinois.
That just sounds so crazy to me that the Chicago Bears would.
It's
leave?
because the Bears don't own Soldier Field, right? The city owns that one, right? All they're doing is leasing it, right? The Bears, they bought land in Arlington, Illinois, right? Not too far from Chicago. They bought the land to build a new stadium. All those they were going to pay for it themselves. The Bears was, right. They wanted to stay in Illinois to build the roads, infrastructure, right. Their president, what the fuck his name, the governor said no to it. They're like, okay, fuck y'all. And they're looking at Gary, Indiana, right now. And even St. Louis is trying to get. Well, Gary, Indiana used to be big fucking manufacturing, right? Industrial town, right? But for years, it's gone downhill. It really has. But it's
For
cheap
years,
land
what are you
there.
talking about? It was the murder capital of the United States for the longest time.
Yeah, but they got cheap land there too, huh?
Gary, Indiana.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But before it became murder capital of the world, they had a lot of industry in that town too. So when the industry died down, that's when it became a shithole.
Just like Detroit. That's what happened. It was you had all that booming industry, and then all the jobs went away. People fucking got bored and started fucking killing each other. They actually had a higher murder rate in Gary, Indiana than any other city in the nation for like 20 years straight.
That's crazy. I've never heard of that. That's such an interesting thing. Is there like an article on it or anything?
And
yeah, there's articles on it.
People from Chicago would take people to Gary just to kill them and then go back home.
Because you got to remember too, Rocky, too, that fucking train that goes through Chicago, right? Guess what? Last stop, Gary, Indiana.
Yep.
Because Gary's just a stone's throw away from Chicago.
Yeah, that's a short drive.
Yeah.
Especially like if you're downtown Chicago on Michigan Avenue, it ain't that far.
Yeah. But even
55.
there's a petition going around St. Louis right now trying to get fucking city to offer the Bears, since we already got us a dome, right? They want to build a dome, to play there and allow them to build a stadium if they want. Wouldn't that be awesome if had the St. Louis Bears? Come on,
St. Louis Bears?
Yeah.
Oh, man, then Chicagoites would be awfully fucking pissed.
Well, we used to have the Cardinals before they moved to Arizona, right? St. Louis Cardinals.
Oh, I know. And the Rams.
Yep.
I know.
What's that? There's a weird name for Bigfoot out there in Missouri.
Sasquatch.
No. There's a guy. He's a radio announcer, and he saw something like that. And it was like a Mugaru, Mugamo.
A radio announcer, eh? I've known a radio announcer too in my time, let me tell you.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now here in Missouri, it's either Bigfoot or Sasquatch. That's the two names I've heard, even from the Native Americans, right? Here in Missouri, they call it Sasquatch. But Thumper is right. Iowa needs a professional sports team. They do.
Why?
We do. We don't have shit.
No, they don't have. They got college, sports. They got 2 colleges in Division I, right? But they have no pro sports.
What, for all 20 people that live there?
But they got minor league baseball teams there.
Minor.
We
Well,
beat
I'm
the
saying-
shit out of
For the 20 people that live there.
But where he lives in the Quad Cities is enough people to support that
Fuck
team.
yeah.
It's enough people.
And we have the infrastructure. Like we have the infrastructure for it. If the fucking players want to fly in and fly out, we have the airport right there. They could literally just jump on a private jet and take off.
Well, see, and if
So what would you call an Iowa team then?
be the Davenport Bears.
Or I mean, it is Iowa. It's the Hawkeye State. I mean, you never know.
But you can't. The Bears can't change their name though.
They can.
Well, they can, but it won't be called Chicago Bears. It'll probably be the Bears.
They could do like an Oilers Titans thing where it's the same team, only not.
Yep. But like Missouri's gonna be the same place as if Kansas City Chiefs move to Kansas, right? Guess what? We won't have no football team no more either. You know, 'cause when we got the Rams, people were loved it. When St. Louis got the Rams, they loved it. I did. I just wasn't a Rams fan. You know. See, Kansas City's in the same place. You know, Chiefs got, you know, Kansas trying to fucking, they're off $1 billion to move.
Well, I suppose you could be the Kansas City Tornadoes, you know.
But the thing is, I mean, because they're still going to be in Kansas City because you got Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas.
Yeah.
They're still, because where they're going to build is over by the racetrack, right? Which is in the Kansas side, which is still Kansas City, but Kansas side. But that was it's a pain in the ass traffic wise, right? Versus where they're at now, perfect get on and off I-70 right there. You know,
Well, and that's, you know what? That's the thing I was talking about here. We have a municipal airport and we
Yep.
have Interstate 80. You could go anywhere. You know what I mean? Anybody could come here.
Yep.
You know, and that was the draw for Newton, Iowa, when they built the racetrack was, it's
Yep.
right off of I-80 and there's an airport right there.
Yep.
I'm like, we have the same fucking thing right here. Why are we not bidding on that? I don't understand why my fucking city did not push for that, because we have more people and it's not that much farther. They're saying, it's the center of the state. Oh, yeah, okay. But let's look at it this way. It's still the same distance from Kansas City and it's farther than for St. Louis to get there where it's at now. And Chicago, it's farther to get there than it would be here. So you have two big markets and one that has to drive just a little bit farther to get here. Why would you not do that? And it's right on the interstate. So the team could, their bus can jump right on the interstate, or they can jump on a fucking plane and go.
I say Thumper needs run for mayor.
I've been told that so many times by actual people that were mayors here. Yeah. I've had 3 former mayors tell me I need to run for mayor.
Run for mayor. Then you can get your sports team when something like that comes up. Put a bid out. Say, hey, we'll give you all these tax breaks. Come here.
I'd be the first mayor in I don't know how long to carry a gun and fucking wear a cowboy hat.
I mean, you give them, you give them a tax break. Guess what? They're still going to make money. The community's going to make money too.
Fuck yeah.
They're going to.
Gilly, it's called the Momo Monster.
That's something. That's not Sasquatch. We already covered that on one of the very first episodes. That's a different type of animal right there. That's more spiritual.
There's a guy named Mancow Miller.
Yeah.
Mancow.
But he's Missouri. But guess where his show's at? Chicago.
Where?
Chicago.
I used to listen to him when we were in school in Great Lakes.
He's out of Mancow's out of Chicago.
But he's
time living up there.
But he's from a small town south of Kansas City. Is where they're from. Because they even had a show. Because his brother owns dealerships, car dealerships, right? They had a show about that. They're from like Belton, Missouri, which is south of Kansas City, small town, right? Mad Cow got famous in Chicago on the show.
Yeah, he has a morning show.
Yeah, and it's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good though.
He has a show, and then in Indianapolis you got Bob and Tom.
Yep.
We have Dwyer and Michael here, which is basically the same as like Bob and Tom. It's like crude humor, and I mean, it's funny shit. I used to know one of the guys on the show. His name was Corpsman Dave. He was actually a corpsman in the Navy Reserves.
Yep.
And I knew him, and some of the shit they had him do was fucking hilarious. Going out on the street and doing stupid shit.
Yep.
But now the Megan that's on there, she works on the radio station. She also she's the announcer for the hockey team, the arena football team. She's a cheerleader for them. She's also a coach at my son's school for a volleyball team. Like she does like fucking 6 jobs, I think.
Yep.
It's crazy how busy that chick is.
Okay, what's your reference, Rocky Bobo, right? We already covered this. It's from Louisiana, Missouri, right there on the Mississippi River, right? Well,
I
that
think you
was
saw
already,
this in Missouri, though.
but it's already been debunked that it was a hoax.
It has.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we covered that.
By
Well,
him?
we did this early on with the early episodes on this one. Bobo, yeah.
Oh, no. Okay.
And no one knows. You got different types of pictures out there, right? It ain't like Bigfoot or Sasquatch with the same thing, where there's always the same reference, right? The pictures look the same. Bobo does not at all. That's
Okay.
That's what's getting everybody on that one. You know,
But what is he eating now?
Huh?
He said, what are you eating now?
Hold on. I'm doing
Don't
the
talk
Archer
with-
thing.
don't talk with your mouth full. That's not polite.
Okay.
Yeah, we could talk about eating ass and eating testicles and drinking cum and all sorts of shit, but don't you dare talk with your mouth full.
I know. It's so silly that we say that, right?
Yep.
It's
We're going to talk
What
about
is it,
piss sluts next, but, for the time being, be polite.
Order it.
so there's a food truck called Order Up, and it was at Romeo and Juliet's in Hickory. And these people are our friends, and this guy makes amazing hamburgers and chips, man.
Ah, okay.
And I haven't had his hamburger in probably 3 months.
Well, show us the hamburger.
Yeah, really. Come on. What are you doing? Oh, geez, that's a chunky
Okay.
boy. Look at that thing.
Okay.
Dude, amazing. And then the chips.
Okay. Are those homemade?
They look like
They
homemade.
they look homemade, but
Yeah, they're homemade.
The chips are not homemade.
Yeah,
see?
No. But they're ranches.
It's good.
The chips looked homemade.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you can buy those chips out there too.
I
Yeah.
asked her, she said no.
What shows will be easy to make homemade if they got a fucking automatic slicer, right? You can crank those motherfuckers out in no time.
Yeah.
You use a mandolin, man. That's what I use when I make homemade potato chips.
Well, if you're in that volume, you got to have something automatic, like a machine that automatically does it for you. In that when you're working on a restaurant type setting.
Yeah.
Unless you do them by the order.
True. Which
Yeah,
I mean, they
you
don't
can
take
do
long to
it.
fry up, but a lot of people too ain't gonna want to wait too. That's gonna be the thing. Some people will, some people won't.
Yep.
You know,
But they're
I
chips.
don't-
I mean, you can make a few pounds of them at a time and fucking let them sit, and they ain't gonna go bad or nothing. I mean, they're chips,
no,
right?
they won't go bad, but if you don't fry them right, they get a little soggy sometimes if you hold them
Dude,
long enough.
you just do
That's the
a double
thing.
fry on them. At
Yeah,
that
you'd
point.
have to do a double fry on. You know, you would have to. Because what I always do.
I'm doing some noodles for my chili.
Whoa. What the hell did I
But-
just hear?
Hey,
I'm not
nothing
doing-
wrong.
I'm not doing spaghetti noodles. I'm doing a fettuccine noodle.
Did I still hear noodles and chili?
Yes.
Yeah.
You've ever done that before, Mick?
No, I've made chili mac, but that's intentionally making chili mac. That's not putting noodles in chili. That's different.
It ain't no different than Skyline Chili in Cincinnati. Ain't no different.
Yeah,
You know?
Cincinnati chili's fucking gross. They put cinnamon in it and shit.
Well, I mean, I like it.
See, this
I
is why
don't
nobody
eat
likes.
sweet.
This is the reason why nobody likes the Midwest. Okay, because you like putting cinnamon and fucking noodles and chili and shit.
Well, if you go down south, they eat cinnamon buns with chili.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they do.
I've heard of that. I don't get that either.
And actually, that's
Actually really good.
yes, it is. And that's a Midwest thing too, because our ancestors who come up from the South, they brought that tradition to the Midwest. Because in Iowa, that is a big thing too. I know that.
Yep.
You know, don't knock it till you try it, man.
Ugh.
I mean, that's the thing. Try it one time. But if you don't like cinnamon, you ain't gonna like it.
Oh no,
I mean,
I like cinnamon. I like it just fine. In
I mean-
proper fucking context.
Well, it's like, like in Memphis, right? This nightclub owner, bar owner, right, came up with fucking barbecued pasta.
Okay.
Which I make that all the time. A lot of people are like, ew, that's gross. That ain't traditional. I said, it's a fucking noodle. There's nothing. You don't need it's a blank canvas for anything. Any type of sauce. Because in Memphis, they do like pulled pork one, which is fucking awesome.
Yep.
And they use barbecue sauce. Yeah, so the traditional red sauce. You know? I mean, I made barbecue spaghetti, barbecue lasagna. Lasagna is pretty fucking good.
No,
But you gotta have the right sauce. You gotta have the right sauce with it too.
I've smoked lasagna before, and smoked lasagna is pretty damn good.
Yeah, yeah. But they're not using barbecue sauce, they're using traditional red sauce, correct?
Well, yeah, of course.
But make one time. You know, next time you're smoking something like a meat, like a Boston butter or something like that, pull that bitch, douse it in barbecue sauce, right? Mix it with some noodles. Guaranteed you'll like it.
Hey, it doesn't sound terrible.
No. But you want to use like a thinner based barbecue sauce. You don't want to use a thick like KFC style sauce on it.
I don't know. All I'm hearing is, man, like, you know, people like, especially us too, you know, we're debating.
Yeah.
Do you put beans in chili or do you not put beans in chili? You know, and that's kind of like a point of contention for some folks. And then I hear Thumper, I'm putting noodles in it.
Well,
I mean,
I do. So I do beans, but I also don't do beans. The chili that I'm reheating right now is the chili I made not too long ago. That's the Texas red chili. There's no beans in it whatsoever. But I did use ground beef. I didn't use steak in it. I used ground beef. I used ground pork, and I used bacon. And I put it in there. Made the red sauce chili. But the reason why I'm doing noodles is because this is leftovers. Okay, chili is one of the few things I will eat as a leftover.
Well, you have to, man. It's not worth it to make it unless you make a big batch of it.
So I'm doctoring it up by putting noodles in it to change it a little bit. Fresh noodles, fresh cooked noodles.
Well, in the East Coast, we call that, I think, they call that Catholic chili.
I don't know the name of it, but I know they do noodles.
Yeah.
Here's a fun fact about that, right?
But
the origin of chili pasta
after a fucking Catlick named Catlick because fuck cats.
Catholic idiot.
The origin of chili pasta, particularly chili spaghetti, is definitely known, but it's not. But it's believed to be created early 20th century United States in Cincinnati, Ohio, where Italian immigrants combined spaghetti with chili, influenced by local German and Greek cuisines. Right there.
Yeah, that's people
the fucking Italians that fucking came up with it.
Yeah, the Italians came up with it because they were, you know, they were immigrants. They didn't have a ton of money, and so they'd make the chili go further by putting pasta in it. Yeah, that's what, like I said, that's why we call it Catholic chili, because those Dagos are all fucking Catholics.
But I'm like, you know what? Now Italians can't bitch about that no more. You know,
well, Italians never did.
Well, you get some in Italy, oh, they'll bitch about it.
See, I don't normally do a Cincinnati style chili.
Yeah.
I don't do I'll do like a chili mac.
Yep.
But when I do chili mac, I use beans.
Yeah, because they put a ton of cheese on the melted cheese on top, right? It's like 3-way, 4-way, 2-way, right? You know.
Well, I mean, I'll make chili mac because I'll make a big old pot of chili, right? We'll get down to a certain amount. And then I'll have the wife make a big baked macaroni and cheese for dinner. And then the night after that, we'll mix the two, make chili mac, and have that as a dinner.
All right, let's see who started chili mac. We see here.
Because chili mac's fucking good.
I thought chili mac was a war thing.
Well, that's why I'm looking up here real quick.
I don't know.
It was first made by cowboys or travelers cooking over campfire.
Was it? I thought it was a war thing.
Depression era thriftness in the 1930s.
How much good shit do we have that's a result of the Depression, man?
A lot. That's where you started. That's where they start. A lot of people start putting, like, especially the Midwest up north, right? Started putting fucking beans in their chili. Make it last. Make it, make it last longer. Yeah.
No,
Which, that's a good idea. Which is
more nutritious because you're getting the fiber from it. It's more filling. You know, you're full longer, gives you energy because you're working your ass off trying to make your 50 cents a day.
Yeah.
You know, but that's the thing is the Depression actually was one of the best things that happened to our country. People don't realize that.
Made them tough and innovative.
It was a shitty time and it sucked for a lot of people. But at the same time, look what came out of it. You had one of the most resilient fucking cultures out there, you know, like
you know about the flour sacks, right?
The what?
The flour sacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. People used to make clothes out of flour sacking, and when the fucking the flour companies got word that people were doing that, they started making their fucking flour sacks and floral print and stripes and all
Yep.
sorts of stuff because they knew
Yeah.
people were going to make clothes out of them. They wanted them to look nice.
And they weren't mad about it, you know?
No,
That's
they
the
just help.
thing.
They're
You
just
do
helping a
that
brother
today,
out.
you do that today, and the company's going to go after you. They're going to fucking sue you for using it,
Yep.
you know?
Right.
Yep.
Back in the day, they were thinking, hey, another 3 cents worth of ink, and we can make some family's life a
Yep.
lot fucking easier.
And here's talk about chili back, right? Here's the differences between the regions, right? They actually have this on here.
Oh, do show.
Ground beef, cheddar cheese, macaroni were affordable, accessible in the Midwest. Casseroles at neighborhood potluck serves Southwest.
Yeah.
Chili peppers grow, and fucking chili-based stews, Native American roots. New England, Yankees cooks have long mixed cream cheese or cheese sauces with pasta. Chili back became a hearty one meal dish. One dish meal that provided a break from all seafood coastal New England. Is that correct, Beck?
They were tired of eating bugs. I was too inland for that.
Okay.
Like New England is over by, east of me where the ocean is,
Okay.
so we didn't have quite that going on. But, upstate New York actually has a bit more in common with the Midwest than they do actual New England.
Yeah. And Hawaii, right? Can tell you slice of hot dogs or spam. Fucking
yeah.
Hawaiians,
Always.
fucking Hawaii, they fuck up everything with fucking spam. I'm telling you, they fuck up everything with spam.
Spam and pineapples.
I like spam, but I hate pineapple.
Even,
I love spam, dude. I had myself some sandwiches the other day. They were delicious.
even if I could eat it, no, that's one thing I despise to this day. The spam.
Yeah, but you were traumatized in childhood by it. It's
I
not
know
that-
that's why I don't. That's why
Yeah.
even if I
You
could eat it, I
You
won't
take
eat.
small strips of spam, right? Take some seaweed, and you take some sticky rice, put it in there, some spam, nice little line of either wasabi or fucking a hot sauce. Roll that motherfucker up and eat that for breakfast.
Spooshy.
In a sense, yeah.
It's fucking spooshy.
Yeah. Basically, it's so good.
But dude, like a couple weeks ago, man, I made some biscuits and I put cheddar and chives in the biscuits, right? And then I fried up some fucking hickory smoked spam, threw some Colby Jack cheese on it, made a sandwich. Oh man, beautiful.
I mean, the picture did look good. It did look good.
But
It
yeah,
did.
no, but you've got a taste of it from childhood that you don't like too much. So
Well, because we ate it so much growing up. That's the thing.
right, yeah. Me and my
Yeah,
dad would
that's-
have spam and eggs and shit every now and again, but not enough to,
Plus, That's same with like deer steaks, deer burger, right?
Huge burger.
No, when I came adult, right? Ate so much, I got burnt out on. It's what we did. Ate so much.
yeah.
Well,
Well, it happens,
And- I would just grind the whole fucking, even the tenderloins, just for deer jerky. That's one thing I didn't get tired of was deer jerky.
I mean, you could feed someone fucking filet mignon every day for a year; they'd be goddamn sick of it by the end.
I started making faces like,
You know.
I'm just playing.
Yeah, chili's one of the few things I will eat
Yeah.
multiple times. It has to be my chili, though. I don't eat other people's chili twice. I'm just weird like that. I don't know. I will never deny that I'm fucking weird.
We're all fucking weird.
But this fucking looks good, dude. Hang on here. Fucking show you. See here. None. Flip my camera around. There you go.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
Hey, what type of cheese you gonna put on that?
I don't think I'm gonna put any cheese on it.
I mean, some people, it depends on your taste buds, right?
Yeah.
I've actually made shit like that, and I would put Parmesan on that motherfucker too.
Parmesan wouldn't. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I've had some people try. I've had people, they saw me doing it right when I bring it in for work. They're like, "Can I have a try by that?" Yeah, they didn't like the Parmesan on it. They want like the American cheese on it or mozzarella, not the Parmesan.
So I got the noodles have a nice little bite to them.
Yeah, you want them all dente. It's what you want.
Oh yeah.
Anybody who says noodles ain't worth a shit all dente don't know what the fuck they're doing.
And for flavor, not heat, but for
Yeah.
flavor,
Uh-huh.
since this is a Texas red chili, I use Texas Pete.
Yeah.
Because
I
that's
mean-
flavor, not heat.
Not Cuban Pete, but Texas Pete. They call me Cuban Pete.
Well-
This
I'm
one's
sorry.
the sauteed garlic flavor hot sauce.
Which Texas Pete is good, but also Louisiana hot sauce too is good on that too.
Any good vinegar based hot
Yep.
sauce.
Yep.
If it's not a vinegar base, don't use it on a chili.
I'll guarantee it. If Cam was on here today, he's like, just get rid of that Texas Pete. That's trash compared to Louisiana style.
You know what? Every region has its own thing. You know what I mean?
I know. And I'll
And
tell
I'm
you
not
one
saying-
thing: the Creole or Cajun motherfuckers, right? They are the most snobbish on food.
They hate Texans for some reason.
They hate everybody's food. If it ain't theirs, they hate it. You know.
It's because of the French.
uh, well,
That's why.
Yeah.
They think they're up there with the French. Like,
Yeah.
motherfucker, you got good food, but it ain't the best, out of everything. Like, you got to stop. You ain't
y'all,
the
how
best.
many times me and Cav have argued about that shit, right? I'm like, motherfucker, your food's good, but it's not the best in the fucking world. I said, travel the world. I said, you didn't eat all that shit overseas. Go to Italy. Go to the fucking Mediterranean. You're going to have good food wherever you go in those areas,
Oh, yeah.
especially in fucking Greece, man.
And the Mediterranean cuisine is pretty damn good because you got everybody's version of it all around that sea.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You got the Italian variety, Greek variety, Middle Eastern
Yeah.
variety, North African. Like you got fucking all of
Balkan.
it, and it's all
Yeah.
just a little different, but it's all based on similar shit.
And some of the best pizza I had was in Croatia, not in Italy. In Croatia, of all places.
Mm-hmm.
Croatia.
I was shocked about that, right? I was like, damn, this is actually better than I had in Italy.
There are Euros and pizza?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep.
I
And
spent
their
time
pi-
over in the Balkans, man. I
Yeah.
can tell
Well,
you.
and their
Bosnia,
pizza,
Croatia.
and where I got the slice at, right? Guess what? It wasn't a regular triangle slice. It was a cafeteria slice, square. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it was the same size you got at school, right? That's what it looked like. And I'm like, okay.
In Iowa, we call that party slices.
But I'm like, I went back and add 4 or 5 more. After I ate that one, I'm like, I gotta have more of this shit. I was shocked that they use goat cheese in Croatia. Goat cheese.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Yes,
Because they don't have a lot of cows over there.
No, and I'll tell you one thing: whoever made that goat cheese, that shit was 10 times better than any fucking cow cheese I've ever had. I mean, I was like, God damn.
Well,
I was
depends on
hitting-
it depends on the kind you get, though. I mean, I went through I went through a wedge of hard goat cheese. I'm in the middle of a tube of soft goat cheese right now.
Yep.
And see, goat cheese is like lamb. It's got that gamey pungence
Yep.
to it. And so you either get a goat cheese with a little bit of it, and it enhances a flavor and it makes it
Yep.
taste really good, or you'll
Yep.
get a wedge of really goaty cheese where it's like,
Yep.
God damn, that is just too fucking strong.
I mean, you gotta know which cheese to use on pizza if you're gonna use goat
Yep.
cheese. You got
I'm just saying, you got to be. Goat cheese can be
Yeah.
good on cheese, but you got to be careful which goat cheese you use
Yeah.
because some of that shit's fucking overpowering.
Yeah.
And you know me, man. I eat blue cheese straight,
Yep.
and some
And-
goat cheeses are too fucking pungent for me.
see, and blue cheese to some people is too powerful for some people too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Yeah, people say they don't like blue cheese, man. I do not take offense. I understand
Yeah.
exactly why.
it's one of those things. It's acquired taste. Either you hate it or you fucking love it. There ain't no in between, right there.
Not to speak of. No.
You know, that's like anytime someone says they hate Parmesan, I just kind of look at them like,
Who the
fuck is
fuck
wrong
hates
with you?
Parmesan?
I've met people that hate the taste of it.
No,
I-
I haven't.
Those should be the first people to go in the purge.
Dude, seriously.
Yeah.
Who the fuck doesn't like Parmesan? It's like saying you don't like cheddar.
My son
know,
hates
right?
cheese.
Well, my son hates cheese too, but he hates all cheeses. That's not what we're talking about.
Like
But some
he won't
people-
eat any-
Okay,
Yeah,
so
but,
my,
he
Rocky,
doesn't
that's
eat-
different. That's different. We're talking about people that likes cheese but hates just like Parmesan, right? We ain't talking about blue cheese because that's not for everybody.
yeah,
Oh,
not
Oh
everybody.
no, it's not.
Yeah, but
It's
if you
not.
don't like, if you like cheese and you don't like parm, there's something fundamentally flawed with your wiring.
Yes, I would agree with that.
I will die on that particular hill.
I
No, I
mean,
got it. Now my middle son now, he had a piece of pizza when he was like 12 years old, 11 years old, 12 years old, right? And afterward he got sick and he threw up. And ever since then, he hasn't liked cheese. So I forgive him for not liking cheese because he had kind of a Gillian spam relationship with it.
well, I didn't like growing up after my cousin, my brother forced me that cheese tied to a tree, right? I did not eat
No.
cheese until I was an adult, right? I would not.
Dude, that will never not be funny, that story.
I know. But when we went growing up, when I stopped eating cheese, guess what? We go to pizza. I would take everything, the cheese off the pizza, and just eat the bread and the sauce. That was it.
Man, that's just a waste of protein right there, bro.
I know, but I would not eat. I had my first cheeseburger until when I was an adult.
Damn, you were deprived, bro.
And of course, that's when the McDonald's came out with the fucking the McDouble, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, let's give this a try again, right? Then I started eating cheeseburgers again after that. That's why I started eating cheese, but it had to be melted on it.
You want to hear something fucking twisted, dude? When I was a little kid, my sister was fucking sadistic, right? She used to play with my head all the fucking time. And for years and years and years, when I ever went to McDonald's, man, I would only order the chicken nuggets because my sister told me they made the burgers out of worms.
Well,
and it wasn't until
it's probably not far off.
but it wasn't until I was like 10 or 11 years old. We went to a McDonald's and I was starving, and I think it was with my dad, my uncle, or something like that. And they just went and got me freaking a Happy Meal with a hamburger in it. I'm just like, you know what? I'm starving. Screw it. And I just ate the fucking things. I was hungry. I was like, this is amazing. What the hell?
You know what it is? They use worms. It's a mixture of worms and human meat. That's what it is.
And the funny thing is, after I had that burger, even if it was made of worms, I decided that I didn't care.
Yeah. I mean, their Happy Meal burgers back in the day, they were good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just saying if it weren't for my sister, I probably would have been eating them, years before that.
But that's when they still used real beef back in the day.
Oh, they probably still do. It's just what do they add to the real beef to make it not fucking rot?
There ain't no way in hell, as many burgers they claim to sell, there ain't enough cows in the world with all the restaurants they got worldwide.
Yeah, tens of thousands.
There ain't enough fucking shit in the world, cattle in the world, to sustain them alone.
Yeah, it's hard to say, man. They'll certainly never tell.
And that's where the theory has came up about fucking human meat, right? Missing children going missing.
Oh, God.
Oh, dude, there's videos where there's like guys talking about that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you think about it, you're like, that's gross, man. I don't want to do that.
What?
Cannibalism.
Bill.
If I was the CEO of McDonald's, right? I would have to.
I'd be
I mean, okay,
mad.
we're gonna have to fucking air everything out, right? So that would this shit stops, but they don't. Because people want to hear that conspiracy theories.
Well, that is one hell of a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
All I know, dude, is all you gotta do is take a couple of when you make smash burgers, man, you roll them up into your like 1/3, 1/4 pound balls, right?
Yep.
You take them balls, you put them on your smoker, and you smoke them for about 45 minutes, right? At a low temperature. The inside only gets to about 75 degrees. And then you make smash burgers out of them smoked meatballs. Dude, it tastes just like a flame broiled fucking hamburger from fucking Burger King.
Yep.
Except better.
Yep.
Anything you can get fast food, you can make it home, man. It just takes a little more time.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, fucking the Whoppers and all that nowadays, they ain't flame broiled like they claim. They're not.
Yeah, that was a whole
They
draw.
go through a broiler.
Yeah, but it's not. They don't taste the same as they did when they first came out in the '80s with them.
That's because the fucking meat's changed. The broiler
Yeah.
is the same. It does use the flame and everything. I used to work there. That's how I know. Long time ago. But I can look back there and see it's the same fucking broiler as when I worked there in high school.
But I've seen people too. The one like when I high school, I didn't work there, but I know people did. They would paint all those fucking marks too. Some of them would. Some people they would paint all those marks.
With the grill marks?
The grill
Yeah.
marks?
Some
I've
of yeah,
never seen that.
they had to. They were told to. If they didn't have to have the grill marks right, guess what? They were painted them all so that way it would look like it's supposed to.
What were they using to paint it on?
It was like a dye, edible dye.
Dude, I worked at a fucking Burger King for a long time in high school. Never once. And it's the same fucking broiler. I can see it. And it's literally, it's just like a salamander. It's if fucking you put the patties on this here, and then the fucking buns go in a warmer, and the buns pop out on one side on the side, and then the meat slides out, and then you have a fucking steam tray right there next to it, and the meat goes right into the steam tray until it's used. But half the time, like the Burger King I worked at in Franklin, Indiana, we didn't have time to put the meat in the fucking the steam tray. It was just make the burgers and go, like make more, keep going. Like it was always flame fresh, like coming right off the fucking broiler.
So what do you think changed with the meat?
I think it's just the additives and the preservatives. That's what it is. I mean,
Yes.
things have changed over the years gradually to where the patties are thinner. They're being stored longer. They're trying to stay ahead of production so they don't have a shortage, type thing. So I think there's more preservatives and filler in it.
Yeah.
But the broiler, that fucker is the same goddamn thing I used when it was in the fucking late 90s. Because I worked at a Burger King when I lived in Indiana, and I lived in Indiana for the 96, 97, so 96 to 97 and the 97 to 98 school year. And I graduated high school. And I worked at that fucking Burger King there for a while. And that was a legit, I had to come in early in the fucking morning, like 4:15 in the morning, get the fucking broiler fired up, and then get that fucker up to temp while we were getting ready to open. And even the fucking, the sausages and shit like that, we could run the sausages through for the sandwiches. They didn't want us to. Like the bacon, how they cook their bacon is it's ridiculous. They have it in sheets, right? It's pre-cooked. It's in between layers of parchment paper. You got like fucking stacks of bacon like this.
Well, they all do that.
Big things of parchment paper. You put it under a fucking heat lamp and it sits there and gets hot from the lamp. That's how it fucking heats up before it goes onto your sandwich. So as you go through layers, that lamp hits that bacon and heats it up. And then the next layer and the next layer, as you pull bacon off of it, it heats it up through. It's not, and then it gets, of course, microwaved before you get it.
Sure.
I know the last time I ate was 2017, had a Whopper, right? And I was pissed. I couldn't taste the fucking flame. I could not. I'm like, I was pissed.
Well, and also keep in mind too, the flame, it's a gas flame. It's not a fucking
I know,
charcoal
but
flame.
but I'm saying before you used to be able to fucking, do what it was,
because
right?
the grease drips down and it fucking flames up. And
the last time I had it in 2017, I was like, man, I should just went to McDonald's. Fuck this shit.
Keep in mind that fucking sandwich, that meat might have been sitting in the steam tray for fucking
I know.
how long.
I know, I'm like, and like Burger King and Mobley, right? Guess what? They're damn around business because people don't go to them no more. They don't.
And see, if you go to a Burger King, you tell them, and I always tell them when I go, I said, I want it fresh through the broiler. So make me one fresh. I'm willing to wait,
And even their fucking chicken sandwiches, the chicken parm one, has fucking changed.
Oh, dude, it always got me when I worked at Burger King and the breakfast and shit. Like people would get you had this big ass fucking grid. You sat down on the griddle and you just pour fucking pre-whipped fucking egg in it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's all, dude. It's like fuck, and then your bacon is being cooked under a fucking heat lamp, and fucking microwave. It's like fuck.
The only burger that if I could eat, I would go back and get would be the rodeo burger. It'd be the only burger I would get from there now.
Barbecue, onion rings, yeah.
I never ate from the menu when I worked there. I always made some weird shit. Like I would always make weird sandwiches.
Well, most people that work in fast food, that's what they do. They fucking
Yeah, because you get sick and tired of fucking eating the same food over and over, you know?
And that's why it happens. That's why majority of people that work at fast food or Pizza Hut, Little Caesars, Domino's, that's why they're all fat too.
Yep.
Because they're getting free food.
Well, they're fat because of the shit that's in the fucking food now. Back in the day, they weren't fucking fat because guess what? They were working their fucking asses off and eating healthier food.
Well, like around here, everybody I saw work fast food, majority of people, guess what? Pizza Hut, they were fat or they was getting fat.
Really?
Because that's all they was eating was that shit.
In the 80s and 90s, man, that was like the early 90s. That was all healthier food back then. That was
because my brother.
I remember.
Because my brother, he worked at Pizza Hut, right, for a long fucking time, and this was in the 90s, starting high school. He was skinny as a rail, right, and then when he got into college, guess what? It started catching up with him, eating the same shit over and over.
Freshman 15, they call it.
Yeah.
Well, I remember back in the day, man, like late 97, early 98, man. I lived in an apartment with a roommate when I was in school. And me and my roommate, we had a couple of girlfriends, and they both worked at the same fucking Pizza Hut. Those girls never gained a pound, man. Used to let us in after closing to fucking make our own gargantua pizzas.
Dude, back in the day, though, they used to use the real butter to fucking butter that crust in those pizza pans, dude. The grease that they would put in there,
yeah,
that was like the best fucking flavor of crust. Those burnt, those like black fucking pizza pans that they would bring out with the pizza in it.
Oh yeah,
some of the best fucking tasting crust ever, dude.
Well, that was back in the day when a Pizza Hut pan pizza had the crispy, crunchy bottom with the porous holes, almost like pumice, and then the top was just a little bit of fucking doughy. I mean, just enough for texture. It was perfect.
I know, and they can't do that anymore. You could not reproduce that. There is not one fucking pizza place that I know that can make pizza like Pizza Hut used to back in the day.
Nope. There's a reason why they were able to sustain whole ass restaurants because
and their pizza and their dough recipe was not traditional. It was more like based on the French style. That's what it was.
Yeah, it was, dude.
Whatever.
When they changed their fucking recipes and the way they did shit, they were fucking king of pizza back then. I mean, that like nobody could beat them. And then they changed the recipe, and then all of a sudden, look, you got fucking 30 fucking chains of different types of pizza places popping up nationwide because Pizza Hut can't hold them back. They can't stop them now.
Even their thin crust fucking sucks too nowadays.
Yeah.
Okay, and their thin crust used to be great.
I'm going to say the thing, dude. Most thin crust sucks because very few people actually know how to do it right. The only thin crust you're really going to get that's any good is in fucking New England, New York, Connecticut.
Yeah, I'll beg different on that one. There was one local joint here in Moberly, not here in Moberly, but I'm moving, but where my old town was, this old fucking mom and pop one, right?
Yeah.
Their thin crust was hard to beat.
Yeah, okay. That's one mom and pop joint, though.
Yeah.
I can't wait for you guys to try it Quad City style.
I'm just saying most thin crusts I've had, they ain't done right. They're either too crispy like a fucking cracker or they're too fucking doughy and thin and can't hold the pizza together. Like, I've only ever had thin crusts that were good on the East Coast. That's all I'm saying. Now, maybe they exist elsewhere, but my personal experience, nobody makes a good one outside of fucking New England.
Go, if you're ever in St. Louis, right? Go to where they call the Hill, which is the Italian district, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got different types of thin crust pizza. Depends on where you go. Some of them got like cracker, and some of them they're not. The ones that's not, those are the better ones, I think. I
was never out there.
And that's where the fried ravioli came from too.
I just don't like cracker crust, man. And everybody thinks that a thin crust is supposed to be a cracker crust. It's like
no, it's not. No,
it's supposed to be crispy on the bottom, doughy on the top, but not burnt. Like it's tricky to do. I'll give them credit. It's not easy to do, but if you can't do it right, don't fucking do it.
Yeah.
Just stick with a traditional deep dish that you can do well, and leave it at that. I mean, you're eating pizza anyway. Are you really scared of a little more fucking bread? I mean, it's not like you're fucking cutting for the Mr. Olympia contest or going to the Olympics as a fucking gymnast, right? I mean, you're eating pizza.
Well, if you look at true Napoleon style pizza, Italy pizza, right?
Yeah, Neapolitan,
Yeah, Neapolitan style. Guess what? the bait, the middle of it, it's thin. It's not fucking
Well, where is that?
in Italy. It's thick.
Oh, right, where they know how to
But
do
I'm
it.
saying
My
that
point
the crust
exactly.
is thick, right? Then it goes down to the middle. Guess what? It gets thinner.
Yeah, but they also put that thing in a 1,000-degree oven and they cook it for like 45 seconds. And so when they pull it out, everything is like textbook perfect.
Yeah.
Well, pizza's supposed to be cooked at a high temperature, not low temperature.
Well, yeah, I know. Yeah, take and bake pizzas are great, but I mean, you shouldn't be cooking a pizza at anything less than 600 degrees.
No. If it takes you fucking 30 minutes to make a pizza, or cook it, no.
That's why I cook my pizza on the grill, dude. It gets hotter than my oven.
Yep.
Yep, it's the only way to go, man.
Why do you think I bought that?
I use my Blackstone.
Why do you think I fucking bought that indoor pizza oven?
Yeah, right, exactly.
It's up to 800 fucking degrees.
Perfect. That's about. I think that's about what they do with New York pizzas. About 800 degrees.
Well, but you do because they're doing it in a fucking actual coal-fired or wood-fired dome, right?
A wood-fired oven, yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple places in New York that's been grandfathered in for coal. They still use coal to this day.
Yeah, but wood tastes better.
I kind of like the coal better than wood.
Don't get me wrong, a coal fire is good, but the wood fire, I think it's got a little more than those organic volatile compounds in it. I think it tastes a little better. But anyway, we're splitting hairs there.
Oh, I see. Like the one I bought, I've done both the top and bottom at 800. I've done the top at 800. I've done the bottom at 800 versus in top like 600, right?
Mm-hmm.
It depends on what you like. That's the thing.
That's why I love the pizza place where I go, Bruno's up here in Lake Stevens, dude. We like to sit at the bar because we know the barkeeps. We know everybody, right? And right next to the bar over in the corner, dude, is a fucking hardwood fired pizza oven. They got the rounds at the bottom, the splits and all that. They got to feed the fucking thing. You can see the flame from where you're sitting. And it's the best pizza around because they've got a legit fucking oven that they can do a proper pizza in. And because it is like 800 degrees in there, it doesn't take forever. You order your pizza, they top it up, they throw that bitch in there, swing it around a few times, they pull it out, slice it, you're done.
Yeah.
And it's got that flavor. You know that flavor.
Oh, yeah.
And they use this, it's definitely not off the Cisco truck, dude. They use like this super fucking creamy mozzarella. Like there's nothing like it around here.
Well, it's the thing. You got to use the melty cheese. You do it hot and fast. You got to. I mean, that's why I like doing mine hot and fast to this day because I got to use plant-based cheese, right? And for that to melt correctly, guess what? It better be a high temperature.
Yeah, because there's no fucking fat in it.
And I've seen pictures of people like on Facebook groups, right? Post their pizza. Oh, this is so good. The cheese is not melted hardly at all. I'm like, cook that bitch at least fucking 450. Get that cheese melted at least.
Yeah.
But it also depends on you got to have the right dough for higher temperatures too. That's the key too.
Yep, it's got to be properly hydrated. You can't have any low moisture fucking dough going on.
Yep. If people fuck up, they see a little speckles on the bottom, right? They're like, "That's burnt." I say, "No, that's flavor. That ain't fucking burnt, people."
Yep. Yep. If I get a pizza that's entirely black on the bottom, I'll send it fucking back because you fucked it up. But I mean, yeah, if you're talking about little speckles in the bottom,
yeah,
that's perfect.
When you go to Italy, they're always gonna have speckles on the bottom.
Yeah, always. Yeah, when I make a New York pizza at home, the only thing I do different than New Yorkers do is I put a sprinkle of cheddar on it just for a little extra pop of flavor, and that's it. That's the only deviation.
And even then, they're probably, that's blasphemy. You can't do that, probably.
Oh, I'm well aware of it, but I do it anyway.
That's kind of like fucking Hawaiian pizza. Of course, the Canadians came up with that motherfucker, not Hawaiians.
Fucking Canadians. Yeah, I'm not a pineapple guy. I think we've all established that.
I fucking hate pineapple.
Ugh.
Pineapple, olives, and whipped cream. Those are three things I will never eat.
What? Pineapple, whipped cream, and what?
Olives.
Okay, let's hear the story on the whipped cream. Why you won't eat that?
Because
he watched Varsity Blues.
No, I would eat. Trust me. If that was the only exposure I had to whipped cream, I would definitely gobble that shit up. But we went to Whitey's, which is an ice cream place here. It's based out of here. only in the Midwest, up in Iowa, is actually Iowa and Illinois, pretty much. And I ordered a banana split, and the guy, I was a kid, and he used like a whole fucking can of whipped cream, and I ate that whole motherfucking thing. Then I got sick, and so after that,
It's like my
we
son
took a
Stevie
little
with the
break from
cheese.
bananas.
Yep.
I took a little break from bananas, but there was pineapple on it, and there was whipped cream, and so ever since, those were the two things that stood out when I threw that shit up. So that is why I don't eat those. The other thing with the olives, I never really liked olives much. And my stepdad, who was a humongous fucking asshole, thought it would be funny to hold me down on the ground and force olives down my fucking throat.
Oh shit.
And so to this day, I can't.
What is
I
with
can't
this
eat olives.
podcast and people being force fed shit? Jeepers.
I can't do it. Dude, for one, it brings back fucking, I get angry and I want to fucking hurt somebody. And then it makes me want to fucking throw up, because he would literally like hold me down and open my mouth and fucking throw olive in there and then close my mouth and not let me open my mouth. And I would end up fucking swallowing it.
Ugh.
And it fucking made me so sick. And I didn't really like him. He just thought it was fucking funny to do that shit. You know, that's technically, I mean, it's fucking abusive, but it is what it is, you know.
See, I've never really liked olives in general, to the point where I won't even have an olive in my martini, you know. But if you take black olives and slice them up and stick them on a pizza, I don't mind it.
Yeah, see, now I've ordered pizzas before, and it showed up at my house delivery, and there was a little fucking speck of fucking olive in it. I told him, I said, take it back, make me a new one. I don't want an olive in the fucking box with my pizza. I don't care if it's touching my pizza. If it's in the box, it's getting sent back.
Well, rest
that
assured,
big.
dude, if I ever mix you a martini, I'll do it like I always do, with a twist of lime.
I will not touch anything that an olive has touched, because it's just fucking disgusting to me. I can't, and I can pick that shit out. People have tried, and they tried to hide that shit, and I fucking blew the fuck up. I threw food across the room because of it.
Okay, now here's the question. Do you cook with olive oil?
Olive oil is fine, because it
Okay.
does not have the olive flavor.
Okay, so it doesn't have the rind, it doesn't have the flesh of the olive.
It doesn't have the flavor of an olive to me.
Okay.
You know, and I can eat olive oil raw. Like, I can just drink it and it's fine.
Yeah.
But if it's an olive and it has that distinct olive fucking flavor and smell, I'm hurting somebody. I'm hurting somebody.
Okay.
Well,
So
and when you
you're
cook it-
like me. I'm an avowed fucking mayo hater, but I do like ranch because it doesn't
And see,
taste
I
like
absolutely
mayo and
love
it doesn't have the
fucking
texture of
mayo.
mayo.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing was olives, black olives, you cook it on pizza, right? That taste is still there even when you pick it off. It's still there.
Yeah, well, because it's full of oil, it's going to get down into the
Yeah.
pizza. Yeah.
'Cause
Which
I
don't
mean,
mind.
even to this day, I will not put olives on pizza. I will not.
Oh, I don't ever do it myself, but if I happen to be confronted with a pizza with a piece of olive on it, I'm fine.
I mean, I never cared for them on pizza.
Oh, me
I
neither. Well, I'm not saying I order it with olives. I don't.
Yeah.
But like, if everybody's having pizza and they bring it in for everyone, it has olives on it, I'm like, oh, okay, I'll eat it. You know, it doesn't bother me.
Nope. I'll be like, nope, fuck no, not.
I'll starve,
not touching
thank
it.
you.
Yep.
But-
I'll find something else. I don't give a shit.
Well,
I'll
and
eat
there's
it.
some,
I
I'll
can't
starve
even
to
do,
death and be the corpse that you eat when the food runs out.
well,
I
and
can't even
there's
do traditional Gardnera, you know, for like my hot
Yeah.
beef sandwiches from Chicago. I can't, because they use olives in it,
yeah.
you know? So I have to get the non-traditional Gardnera, so that way I don't have to fucking deal with it, you know?
Yep.
Because I'll get violent, dude. So many bad memories.
So I just want you to get violent, just mail you a jar of olives. Got it.
The latest mass shooting was sparked by a jar of olives.
If they ever do another purge, right? You know, nationwide, Guess what I'm saying, Thumper? Right before.
I just might go after
Motherfucker.
fucking producers of fucking olives. I don't know. Fuck.
Thumper, he looks up the state in the United States that makes the most olives, picks the biggest city, and just goes to town.
Yeah. Fucking A, dude. I just can't do it. And same with like pineapples, man. I can't do it. Like, I tried. I really gave it my all to try. Like, so when I was doing my smoothies and stuff, there was this frozen fruit that had small little pieces of pineapple in it and everything. And I'm like, if I can blend that up with all the other fruit, I may not taste it. So I fucking blended it up, mixed it with milk, added my protein, and I have this stuff. It's like it's tons of like it's like freeze dried vegetables and fruits crushed up into a real fine, like almost like fish food powder, like even finer than fish food. And I dumped one of those in, mixed it up real good, blended it again, took like just a tiny little sip, and I was like, fuck no. And I dumped that shit out fast as I could. I spit it out, rinsed my mouth, brushed my teeth. Like, it was bad. Even just a little hint of pineapple. Couldn't do it. I wanted to throw up.
And there's some people out there are the same way with mushrooms too. You know?
Yeah,
I
but a
didn't
lot
like
of people
mushrooms.
with
I didn't like
mushrooms,
mushrooms
it's
for
about
years,
texture.
man.
Yeah. Because
love 'em
I found
now.
that
I
out.
used to hate 'em.
Well, I found that out one time because I took this girl out on a date. She wanted to go eat pizza, right? Okay. I said, what kind of pizza you want? What do you like on your pizza? She goes, you just order what you usually do. Okay. Mine was fucking, sausage, bacon, mushrooms, onions, right? And I wasn't thinking about it. And she's like, oh, it's got mushrooms. I said, okay, what's wrong with mushrooms? You allergic to them? She goes, no, I don't like texture. I said, oh, gotcha.
Yep. Yeah, for a real long time, man, I didn't particularly care for mushrooms either. I didn't like them, didn't like the way it tasted. And then, I don't know, one day I had them fried in butter with a steak, and it was like, oh, mushrooms. Okay, we're in now.
One of the best ways to have mushrooms is to deep fry.
Well, obviously, the best way to have half of the food we have is fucking deep fried.
Especially morel mushrooms. Those got to be deep fried.
I ain't never had a morel. I keep hearing about them.
Oh, they are, dude, those mushrooms, chefs around here will pay $50, $60 a pound. Easily.
And they grow wild around here, man. People are out there picking morels all the fucking time up here.
They grow wild here too. And there's a very short window of when you can fucking get them because the ambient temperature and sunlight and everything. And if you can fucking get them, you can make a shit ton of money.
Yep.
But I don't like to fucking sell them. I would eat them.
Right.
But, there are people at all the home stores, right? Go hunt for them. They'll be selling them fucking, I don't know if they sell for them now. I ain't bought them in a while. Last time I bought them was $40 a pound. Last time I bought
them.
Damn. I'm telling you, those are the king of mushrooms right there. Those are.
Yeah, I got a buddy at work that actually has a tract of land on his property that he cultivated because of the shade in the soil. He cultivated it specifically for mushrooms. He manures it. He does all the stuff. And he's like, yeah, I get morels. I get this. I get that. I'm like, you get any of the celestial variety? He's like, maybe.
Well, and out there in your area in the Northwest, guess what? Truffles. They got truffles too.
Did they?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's very close to that same climate than what they grow in Italy. Very close to the same climate right there.
See, we have a shit ton of ginseng here. Wild ginseng.
Oh, yeah. And that's big.
Too.
And that's big money right there. People will kill over ginseng. The hunters.
Yeah.
Really?
That's so much money here.
Ginseng, really?
Oh, yeah. And a lot of people don't know about it.
Well, what is ginseng? Like, it's a root. It's a root. Yeah. Okay.
Now, a lot of people use it in natural medicine, too. That's the thing.
The Chinese use it for energy and health and all kinds of stuff. Like ginseng is in like energy drinks and
Oh no, I know what it is. I I didn't know if it was a plant, a root, a fungus.
It's a root. The root, and the bigger the root and the more shoot offs of the root and the longer and thicker the better. The way some roots go for thousands and thousands of dollars.
Wow.
One root can go for 10 grand if you get the right root.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you sell it overseas, triple that.
Yep. Because there's even ginseng brokers too
Yep.
for that shit.
Yeah, and it grows wild here in Iowa, and a lot of people don't know about it. And yeah, if I have ginseng on my property and I catch you trying to get my fucking ginseng, you're dead.
Bye-bye now.
Yep.
There's been people shot here in Missouri for that shit too. People going without asking permission, right?
Yep.
Get the ginseng, all that bullshit. People have been shot here for that shit.
Yeah, and the older the root, the more money too. That makes it even more because the older the root, the more concentrated the ginseng is.
Yep. Hell, Discovery Channel or the History Channel 1 had a fucking show about ginseng hunters.
Did they?
Yeah.
I didn't know they did. I know
Yep.
I know a couple people that do ginseng hunting here.
Yep.
And they make a fucking shit ton of money, dude.
Yep. Oh yeah.
You just got to know what to look for and how to do it, and the
What
right
is it-
people to talk to.
What does it look? What does it look like up top? Like, what do
Hang
the
on.
greens look like?
Hang on, I'll pull it up.
Okay, you're pulled up. Okay.
Yeah, I'll pull it up on mine. Oh shit! Hang on.
Yeah, I can see Mick thinking now. He's like, damn, I need to go fucking truffle hunting now.
Right? Yeah, I don't
Right.
have a. Well, I don't know if I could probably train. If you can train a pig to do it, you can train a dog to do it. And
Well, they use dogs. People use dogs to do it. They have dogs just for truffle hunting.
Yeah, I know they do.
Here you go.
Really?
And-
Okay.
And it is regulated, like it says. The state regulates it, and the fall, September 1st to October 31st, and that's it. Only on private land, and you have to have a permit.
God damn.
But- Yep. See, like Wisconsin ginseng is cheap, but if you look at like some of these, like over here at the left, $249.99 for
Oof.
Dairyland ginseng.
Yep.
840 over there for some 4-year-old stuff.
Yep. And that's
Wow.
Wisconsin. That their stuff is cheap compared to Iowa's. The farther south you go, the more money it's worth because
Yep.
it can thrive longer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
But yeah, this is ginseng.
Okay.
And that's,
And it's-
and that's big money too in Appalachian territory right there.
Yeah, that too. Yep. And you can actually you can plant it yourself and then let it go wild on your property. And
Yep.
then you can harvest it once you get your permit.
Crazy.
Yeah. There's a lot to do, but these roots are worth a shit ton of money. Shit ton of money. Uh-oh. Where the hell? I don't know if I can. Here we go. Couldn't find my spot to stop sharing my fucking screen. But yeah, ginseng is like fucking that's if you want to get into anything to make money, that right there is the one to do.
But you gotta have a good spot for it too. That's key. Having a good spot for it.
You got to have hilly, foresty land,
Yep.
but the sun still has to be able to get through the canopy enough to get to the floor, and that will protect it enough, and keep the moisture where it needs to be. And got to have the right drainage. That's why I said a lot of times hills,
Yep.
or right above a flat spot where the hill ends. Like perfect.
I mean, yeah, you like Southern Missouri, their ginseng's a lot better than Northern Missouri, Mid Missouri. Is a lot better.
Just like Iowa's better than Wisconsin.
Yep.
But Iowa, ours is so good because of our soil
Yep.
compared to Wisconsin.
Yep.
And see, Missouri, it's iffy because you get into that red clay and the ginseng isn't the
Well,
greatest.
it depends on what area, because there's like my old place right, Mobley, right out of the country. had red clay on top, right? But you go 10 minutes north of it, guess what? It was good black dirt. It depends on the area. That's what.
Yeah, no, that's why I said with Missouri, it's hit and miss because you have the red clay, which
really
sucks
is.
for ginseng, but the black dirt, and that's why Iowa is like the perfect because of the dirt that we have, the soil we have in Iowa, the topsoil is so fucking rich with minerals that ginseng gets fucking strong. And that's why, like, here they permit the fuck out of it. You have to get on like a waiting list, and it's crazy.
So, like here in Missouri, it's not really permitted at all. It's not really regulated at all. You know, but some Missouri is not known for their crops, right? But they're known for their ginseng in the fucking Ozark Mountains. You know.
Yeah, the Ozarks would provide an environment kind of like what Thumper was talking about.
Yep. Like here, like Boonville, we got nothing but river bottom, right? It grows here, but it doesn't grow as big as it does southern Missouri for some reason. And our soil here, the river bottoms, is nothing but good black dirt, rich in nutrients.
Yep.
You know.
I wouldn't have suspected that two of you know so goddamn much about ginseng.
Dude, when you grow up in fucking in the Midwest, especially Missouri, he grew up in Arkansas too. Arkansas, that's big money down there. But it's all about the people that you know too, and how you grow up. That's what a lot of it is. You know, if you grow up foraging for shit, right? You know, I grew up doing it with my grandparents, my daddy, Gillespie, mom, dad, all that shit, right? Blackberries. And I learned over the years from them what to look for.
Yeah, it's true. I couldn't tell you what watercress looks like, but it's everywhere apparently.
And you learn that in Boy Scouts. If you're doing Boy Scouts correctly, right? Guess what? You're going to learn that too.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't get that high up in the Boy Scouts, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah. That's why I said if it's done correctly right there. Because it's all about survival because you got some survival met badge that covers all that shit too. You know.
Yeah, so one thing I never really got into was, forage. Like, there's a couple of really obvious things that I know, but mostly, like the stuff you guys are talking about, I wouldn't know it if I saw it.
Yep.
I mean, I see those, leaves coming off the ginseng with that little, berry-looking flower on top of it, and the first thing I might think is, well, don't eat that because usually things like that are poisonous. I wouldn't even think to fucking pull the root up.
Yep.
And, like, some of the best watermelons come from this area too because of the sand.
Yes, like here in Missouri, the best watermelons is all the river bottoms because all the sand in it.
Yep, we have Muscatine, which they have the Muscatine Island. It's not. It used to be the bottom of the Mississippi, and in the 1800s they started doing production, and they have some of the best flavored cantaloupes and watermelons from there. And that's where, like,
our style here in Missouri, the river balls, black diamonds. Those are the best ones here in Missouri.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and you can go anywhere in Muscatine and get some fucking fresh ass good cantaloupe or watermelons. They do so much shit. It's like the soil here is so fucking rich because of the Mississippi and so
and Missouri too. And one part on the western side, the Missouri River too.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is, so you know how north of me is bluffs, south of me is bluffs. I'm in the river valley, right? So the river valley, I have bluffs to the north of me and I have bluffs to the south of me. Where I live is the only place really on the Mississippi for a long period of time the Mississippi actually travels from east to west instead of north to south. Because it comes around the pig nose of Iowa and it goes east to west, and then it curves back down and goes down into Missouri. And so with the glaciers, the way they pushed everything when they came through here and they carved out this valley and the river came through, we have such an abundance of fucking like rich fucking soil because it all just piled in here from all of the fucking bluffs being washed down into this area. And then Missouri they have all those valleys from all the hills from the Ozarks, and southern Missouri, especially in northern Arkansas, you have that track of Ozark where they have a certain spot where they have really good primo like soil, but the rest of the state you have like if it's not around a river, it's shitty soil.
It's hit or miss. It's hit or miss around, not around a fucking, river.
If it's around a river, they're good.
Yeah, but if it's not, it ain't worth shit.
Unless it's a flood prone area.
Yep.
But other than that, like Iowa though, we have like the whole state is like premium fucking growing.
Yep.
And so that's why our fucking land is so goddamn expensive.
Yep.
That's why I want to get down to Arkansas. It's some of the cheapest in the fucking nation because it's all red clay. They have no topsoil down there.
Which you could actually grow with it. You could actually grow with that. You gotta make it turn into black dirt.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking fertilizer. You gotta have a lot of fertilizer.
That's a pain in the dick though, because that stuff is so hard packed. You
Yep.
got it, dude, and then the amount of rocks that are in it tears up your fucking tiller and it's horrible.
In my old place, I did that. I had made a garden, right? My old place. I had a 1/4 inch topsoil, right? Underneath that was nothing but clay. That first year I had to use a shitload of fertilizer, right? But eventually it turned into good black dirt. And I had people asking me, like, how'd you get your garden to grow? I said, you fertilize the fuck out of it.
It's funny because on our road, we lived out in the country, right? In the the mountainous area.
Yep.
And we had our clay road, and there was a rock on the road. It was about a foot by a foot, right? Just showing. And the grader always went up and over it. And I'm like, why don't they just dig that fucker out? Because it's a pain in the ass to hit that fucking thing every time they grade around it. And I found out why. Because that rock showing that 1 foot by 1 foot on the surface might be fucking 3 stories down. It might be a fucking 30-foot fucking rock. And if they fucking go to dig it out, now they have this huge fucking project to get this fucking 3-story rock out of the ground. And then what are they going to do? They got this big ass, they got a fucking building size hole in the road, So they just leave the fucking rock because they don't want to fuck with it because they don't know how big it is. And that's why, Arkansas tilling, you hit a rock, it might be a fucking downtown building. You never know, and it fucks up your tiller and everything. But if you do it right and you do it like greenhouses and shit like that and raised beds, you're okay. But yeah, those fucking rocks, man, it's crazy how big those fuckers can be in the road. You might see a foot of it by a foot, like a foot by foot, but it could be fucking a 3-story building below the ground. They don't fuck with those.
Nope. Like in Missouri, more clay you got, the better it is for a pond. It is.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, it holds the water.
Yep.
Yeah, and it keeps it clean.
Yep. But there's certain places in Missouri you do not fucking build a pond because there ain't no clay to it at all.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I loved Arkansas because of that. You could go down to the fucking creeks.
Yep.
The creeks would be fucking crystal clear. You could see the fucking crawdads. You fucking catch them. You fucking cook them right there. Dude, it was so fucking nice. You can see the fish swimming around in the fucking ponds.
What I used to do as a kid, man, go into the creek and fucking catch crayfish, and you can see the carp, sucking on the bottom. Yeah, you can see clean through that shit.
Yeah. Well, I know up in New England, they do a lot of eels up there, smoked eels.
Yeah.
That's
Which I've had eels. I'm not a big fan of it.
A lot of smelt.
Well, the smoked eels up there is a big fucking thing in the northeast. You go up into those creeks and rivers and stuff and fucking catch eels and then fucking smoke them in a smokehouse. And it's almost like a fucking eel jerky almost.
Just make sure you don't run into water moccasins while you're at it.
That's true.
Right.
We were just talking about that.
Right.
That's true.
I don't know. I played in creeks and rivers my whole fucking childhood. Never once got a problem with a cottonmouth or a water moccasin or nothing.
Same here. Well, I almost got into a tangle with a fucking timber rattler, a baby one, which is even more dangerous because their venom is more concentrated.
Yeah, and they don't regulate it when they fucking bite you, man. They just dump it.
Well, and their poison is actually stronger too.
Yeah, yeah.
Same way any baby poison snake, it's stronger with a copperhead, rattler, all that shit.
Even a juvenile scorpion will hit you a lot harder than an adult will.
Yep. Which there's some people that eat scorpions too, man.
Oh, I know. I don't condone it, but I know.
I've never tried scorpion. I'm afraid to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, would a scorpion really be all that different than a fucking shrimp or a lobster or any other kind of bug?
Probably not, but
I mean, you take a
just because it's poison. That's why I don't want to try, because it's poisonous. That's
yeah, you lop off the tail though. I mean, the poison sacs up in the tail. I mean, you lop off the tail, deep fry that bitch. It probably wouldn't be that bad.
I've had like the baby scorpions in the fucking suckers and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen those around.
And I've ate scorpion before. They're not that bad. They're crunchy as fuck.
Well, obviously.
But I mean, there's not a lot of meat to them though.
Of course, there had to be somebody that's had it before on it. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
They're not. One of us has had it.
There is not a lot of meat to them. I mean, it's literally just shell.
Yep.
It's you actually have more meat off of a crawfish than you do a fucking scorpion.
Well, they gotta have
there's some people that
swimming around. Yeah.
There's some people will not eat crawdads or crawfish. Some people will not.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think I love crawfish. Like, I'll do a crawfish in a fucking etouffee.
Suck their fucking in a boil too. Suck their fucking heads. Fuck yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've never actually eaten a crawfish. I used to just play with them, you know. But I would eat one. Yeah.
It's like a tiny little crab, dude. Is all it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
the meat's good. It's tender.
Yeah.
If it's prepared right, like I like it in an etouffee. So a crawfish etouffee, like
which is what? What's an etouffee?
It's kind of like a Creole, like Louisiana soup almost.
Okay.
It's like a gravy. It's not.
But
it's a liquid
thick,
gravy.
Yeah. It's not thick. It's not thin either. It's like in between.
It's thicker than you think. Like
yeah, I know. But
gravy, it's a good red gravy base, and then it's got some vegetables in it. It's got the crawfish, some rice. It's delicious. If you ever get a chance to actually have a real etouffee, yep. Well, if we go down to fucking New Orleans or Mandeville, if you go, you'll be able to have it, because that's my big thing. Is I'll fucking order the shit out of etouffee, like a real red gravy etouffee is amazing.
Yep. And I guarantee it, we can get Cav's mama to make us one. Guaranteed.
I mean, if she's willing to, I'll fucking tear it up.
Either his mama will or his wife will.
Now, how does Kavanaugh take Waterboy jokes? Does he take the Waterboy jokes okay?
Oh, yeah. Well, it depends on the person. Put it that way. It depends on the person. If he likes you, it's fine. But if he doesn't like you or doesn't really know you, if he doesn't really know you, don't do it. Because he's still got that attitude. Hit first, ask questions later.
Well, he ain't never going to breathe that out of him.
No, but he's getting better at it, so.
Yeah. I love me an etouffee, though. I mean, I need some good fucking grilled or smoked fucking oysters, too, though.
Yeah.
I'm fucking craving them so bad. We need to solidify. We need to talk to him and solidify a date.
Yep.
Because I need to start planning for that.
Well, I do too, though. So.
Well, so does Rocky and Heidi.
Yep. And Lil Tate does too.
So, and Lil Tate, yep.
Because Lil Tate said yes, but I gotta have time to put off from work. So enough time.
Yep. Oh yeah, I don't give a fuck. He's got to go.
Well, he's already said, even though he's gonna take a break from doing this, but he said, "Hell yeah, I still want to go on the trips. Fuck yeah."
We'll force his ass.
All right. And going to Louisiana is fucking closer to him and Rocky than we are. You know, go to Louisiana.
I don't know. No, he's not. He's not closer. Lil Tate's not
Yeah.
closer.
Yeah, they are.
Lil Tate's fucking farther north than I am. I could have swore Lil Tate's farther north than I am.
All right, I'm gonna bring it up right now. Maps. Huntington.
Well, lives in
I'm-
Indiana, you'd have to be, right?
I'm 19 hours from New Orleans, which means you shave 30 minutes off of that going across the causeway to Mandeville.
Well, and I'm fucking 12 hours from here.
So, I mean, I drove the 19 hours straight through to New Orleans. So it's 18 and a half to Mandeville from my house. But you're 5 hours away from me. You're 5 hours on a regular driver following the speed limit.
Actually, yeah, you're correct. 17 hours.
Yeah.
I thought it was closer to that.
I'm 19.
Yeah, because I'm 12. So, and
Yeah,
Cav
I'm
made
not-
that bitch. And Cav made that motherfucker in under fucking 11 hours.
Google says I am 1 day, 14 hours from New Orleans.
You're better off. You know what? You're better off flying to fucking here and then just riding with me to go pick up Gilly.
Oh yeah, I ain't driving that shit. Fuck no.
Or
You
you,
can fucking-
fly right into Orleans and get a car. You
I
can
mean,
beat
I
us
drive-
all there.
Yeah, I drive 12 hours and back into fucking Montana, no problem. But that 24 hours down to fucking Phoenix was a bit of a haul. Down to New
See, I do-
Orleans.
24 is my max before I need to take a nap.
Well, actually, he's not more north than you are, where he's at.
I thought he was.
No, he lives like Huntington. That's where he lives at.
Oh yeah, I guess he's not. So I'm the most Mick is the most northern, but
Yep.
Yeah.
Now he's more north. Now he's more northern than I am. Yes, 'cause I'm right in the middle of the state, Missouri.
Well-
So now, if he was up there, in Gary, Indiana, guess what? That would be fucking more north.
Yep. Thumper dropped.
Oh, his shit died probably.
Yeah. Boy, wouldn't that be a hell of a party? The fucking 5 of us down, 6 of us down in fucking New Orleans. Oh my god.
Well, that's what we're fucking. That's why we got to plan this shit out, have it quick, because there we got to get. There was an Airbnb right across the road from Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh told me that there's an Airbnb right across the road from there. So we wouldn't have to drive anywhere if we're gonna be drinking.
well, like I said, Mick, you're more than welcome to fly into here,
Yeah.
and then ride down with Landon and I to go get Gilly and River, and then
Now, when you
fucking
planning on doing this?
It's either gonna be June or July.
Okay, that gives me plenty of time to build up some PTO.
Yes.
Yeah. so.
So,
You could fly into here, which will be a lot cheaper. You could probably, you know what? Here's what you could do to save some money: fly into fucking O'Hare or Midway, and I'll just pick you up there in
How
Chicago.
far are you from O'Hare?
2.5 hours,
Oof,
3
that's a
hours.
drive.
2.5 to 3. That's not a drive for me. All you got to do is ride. That's an easy drive for me. That's not that far from here.
Oh,
People
no,
drive that on a daily basis for work. People
Wow.
literally live here and work in Chicago.
Yeah, you were telling me that.
Yeah.
Taxes and all.
Well,
Well-
and cost of living.
Yeah. Well, we got like 6-7 months to deal with that, so.
Don't
Well,
say
we got-
6-7 because
we just got down
that's
the
stupid
days.
bullshit.
It just Cav said it can't be July 4th because they go to Destin, Florida every year for that.
All right.
Well, I think weren't we talking, Gilly? We were talking. Hang on. June 28th.
Late June to early July.
Well, that would take us into the 4th of July, though. That's the problem. So it would have to be Flag Day, the 14th to the 21st.
Yep. I'm
June
good with
20
that.
June 14th to the 21st. The week, technically 2 weeks prior to the week of the 4th of July.
I'm good with that.
Otherwise, it would have to be the 12th of July to the 19th of July.
And the quicker, the earlier we go down there, guess what? It's still going to be hot, but not as hot. Put it that way.
Well, I can tell you, I went the time I went in June 25th, 2 years ago. It was nice and toasty.
Yep.
But you don't want to go in fucking July because it's super humid.
I've been there in July, right? I was there for the twins' birthday party.
Yeah.
Boy, that was hot.
Yeah, June is hot, but
July is
it's
worse.
better. Yeah, July is way worse. So I vote. My vote is for the 14th to the 21st.
Whole week, huh?
Yep, this will be a whole week trip. Yep.
And like I said, from here to Gilly, it's about a 4 to 4.5 hour drive.
Yep.
And then we would
And
leave in
wait.
the morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
We would leave in the morning, get down there, pick him and River up, and then just shoot straight down 19 hours to fucking, 12 hours to fucking Mandeville.
Actually, the way Thumper drives, it'll be under 12 hours the way he drives. Guaranteed.
It will be.
I mean, because he's driving 90 mile an hour on the interstates. You know, he really does drive 90 mile an hour.
Oh, dude, at least.
I'm getting a tune-up before we go, so I might even go faster.
Dude, I routinely hit 110 going to and from fucking Montana. As soon as I get out of Washington State, dude, hammer goes down.
Oh, yeah, fuck it. In those states, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
See, Missouri, you got to watch sometimes because it depends on the time of day you're going through, right? What cities, right? Like if you get to St. Louis, right? Now, if you're going faster than flow of traffic, guess what? They're going to pull you over. But if you're keeping up with traffic, guess what? You're safe. And flow of traffic can be anywhere from 80 to 90.
That's if they see you.
If they see you, yes.
If
I mean,
don't
we
see
was
you
running
first.
80, 85 in St. Louis. We had people passing us in St. Louis.
See, if I'm in my Chicago driving mode, it's on.
Yep.
It is on. Yeah, Mick, I can pick you up in fucking O'Hare. We can take 88 straight down to here where I live, and it's like a 2.5 hour drive.
Cool.
And that will save you a lot of money flying into those, either O'Hare or Midway.
Yep.
You could fly in the day before, spend the night, sleep, whatever. Or you could fly in that morning and we could just fucking leave, you know, if you want.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like I said, we got plenty of time to iron out the particulars.
Yep.
We can just load you up from the airport and fucking go.
I'm
But-
doing that too.
But I want to have everything worked out and booked by before April. Before April.
I think before that. Because-
I'll say at least before March. We'll go before March.
Because
February at
think
the latest,
about
we
it.
have it booked.
We're going down to Mandeville before, like in the summer.
Yep.
Those Airbnbs are hard to get sometimes down there because of all the shit they have going on down there. We need to fucking book an Airbnb early. I mean, granted, yes, he's in Mandeville. It's 30 minutes fucking north of New Orleans, but people like to stay on the other side of the fucking Lake Pontchartrain and drive into New Orleans instead of staying in New Orleans because the fucking Airbnb I stayed at in New Orleans,
Yep.
I had a dude overdose on my fucking front step.
Neato.
Oh, dude, it was so fucking ghetto. There was a fucking street party with a shooting and like 2 overdoses in the same night. There was fucking drug dealers and druggies and people pissing on the steps of the Airbnb. Like, and we had 2 kids with us. I was like, we opened the door and there's a fucking dick right there, dude, just pissing on our stair. I'm like, hey, motherfucker. And he just took off running while he was pissing. He's like running sideways and fucking pissing while he's trying to run away from us.
And why you think Cam don't like certain type of people now? Because
It's
that's how
bad
you
down
grew up
there, dude.
seeing that shit.
Yeah, it's bad down there.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get it all figured out. You know. And then next year we'll figure out where we're gonna go next year too.
Yeah, and so the following year, I don't know. Because I mean, fuck. I'm down for you guys to come here, or We can go to Gillies or whatever.
No matter to me.
We can just kind of work our way west.
It's all an equal pain in the ass to me, so I don't care.
That's like I know for me and Thumper, it's gonna be over 20 hours to get to Washington State for us to drive.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a fucking nightmare.
You know, that's not really a nightmare, but
Nah, I fucking knocked that shit out.
Yeah,
quick.
but the
I
thing
drove-
is, man, once you got here, what will we do?
drink,
Oh,
cook, whatever.
There's all kinds of stuff to do, Mick. We'll make
Gotta
it
go
work.
to Seattle. Gotta go to the fish market for one. Gotta do that.
Oh, check out all the homeless people and the druggies. Yeah, cool.
Hey. Well, you gotta get the fresh fish. Come on now.
I want to
I think what he was saying is like my house is the best place to go, guys.
We're not coming to North Carolina every year, Rocky. That ain't happening.
Come back. Come back.
I want to take Landon to
Good
Everett
time. It's a good place.
to see the base. I want to take Landon to see the base in Everett. I want to take him to where I used to live in Snohomish.
We got
Take him to
Funko
Snow-
Pop up here. Does he like Funko Pops?
He does.
We got
Yep.
Funko Pop up in Everett.
I want to take him to Snoqualmie Falls to see that because he's only seen pictures.
Yeah.
Maybe a day in Vancouver. You know,
Look, and when we do that, guess what? I gotta get my passport.
yeah, you got to get a passport when we go to
I
Washington.
know.
in
I've
case.
never had a passport, so I'll have to get one. So
I got
Just
mine,
in
so
case.
I'm good.
I got mine too. I just got to get one for Landon. But
It ain't
I
that
think-
hard or that expensive, man.
nah,
no, I know. I just never did because I never needed one
And
before.
they're good for like 10 years.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
just think it would be cool to get to take him up there and see it. You know, because
Oh, yeah.
he's never been out of the country. That would be his first trip
Yeah.
out of the country.
And same with River too. He would love that. Yeah, I just wish it was like back in the day, right? Well, with our military ID cards, that's all we needed across the fucking Canada.
Oh, I remember. I used to party in Vancouver all the fucking time.
Oh yeah, Vancouver and Victoria
Because
all the time.
if that's the case, I would not need a fucking, passport if that was the case. I got mine.
Yeah.
You know what? I just gotta get Rivers his. That's it. You know?
Well, shit, Landon has a military ID.
The only one that does is Bick.
Oh, Lordy.
Well, think about it. If we go out to Washington sometime, Little Tay can meet up with us. He can just caravan with us
That's true.
if he wants to drive. You know that. Or Rocky, if they want to drive, guess what? They can caravan with us. We can have fucking 3-car caravan
Well,
or 2-car caravan.
the podcasts get pretty fucking interesting with all of us in actually one spot.
Well, that's why on 4th of July last year at Rockies, that still has the most views to this day.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy too.
Because we know how to do it now, with all this one spot. So we got the camera for it.
Maybe
So
that's why it was so many views. I don't know.
And the galley is every day.
Like I could bring my camera too. We could have actually 2 cameras set up.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
well, we only need one set up.
Well, I'm just saying we could do 2 cameras and set it up and
Yeah.
fucking do different things. Like it would
Yeah.
it would be pretty cool to be able to do.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
We're gonna have a good laptop. That's the thing for that to happen.
I'll buy one.
I
plan
got
on
one.
getting one anyways.
I mean, if Little Tay comes, guess what? He's bringing his laptop because we know his works for
Yeah,
that.
I got one that's 6 months old.
That's outdated.
Well, yeah, I know. I think it'll podcast okay, though.
I plan on buying a pretty decent one because I need to get one for gaming too. They have some that are like $4,000 or $5,000 that are like supercomputers. Yeah, they go up way more than that. But there's one that I really want that's like $7,000. It uses AI like for everything. AI controls the fan. It controls everything, and they say that one will probably not go out of date for years because of the AI in it. So
Like the one Little Tate has, it's older one, but it's not out of date because he had it custom built.
yeah,
He bought
Yeah,
it. Well,
these
he
are
didn't do
all-
it. He bought off a guy that had it built. So
yeah, the ones I'm talking about are all custom built.
Because the ones you see in the stores, right, for gaming, guess what? You can game all, but it's not one like a custom built one at all. And you're gonna spend the money on them. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's I think there's plenty to do out there, Mick. Doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm talking about having you guys come to Iowa. I mean, Iowa's not the most fucking exciting place, but we have a lot of history and a lot of things we can go fucking check out and do and stuff like that,
Definitely.
and then hang out and fucking drink. There's a badass Airbnb here that has like inside they have the living room, and then right behind the living room, well, in the living room, they have a 300-inch screen projector, and then a indoor swimming pool, so you can watch TV from the swimming pool, and it's got a bar and all kinds of shit.
Yep.
It's a fucking party spot. It holds like 12 people.
Yep.
There's all kinds of shit you can do here, though. We can go to the Arsenal. You can look at some Civil War history and stuff like that. Do something with the kids. I don't know. Take them somewhere. There's a lot of shit we can do.
Oh yeah.
Fuck, we could do a fucking day trip to Chicago too if you want. I don't give a shit.
Yep.
I'm that close. I mean, I'm only 2.5 hours away.
Cubs game.
There we go.
It has to be when the Cubs are playing the Cardinals. Because you'll see me wearing my Cardinals gear,
for next year and see.
and you'll see up there wearing fucking Cubs gear, see me wearing Cardinals gear.
Yeah, the next bet is for every fucking Cardinals game you have to wear a Cubs shirt. For every Cubs game, I have to wear a Cardinals shirt. So however they finish next year, for the following year, it has to be that way.
Okay, that's fine. I can do that.
So our bet this season coming up is whoever finishes ahead,
Okay.
the other person has to wear the other team's shirt every time they play.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Hey, I can do that. I can do
Yeah.
that. I mean, I already got the shit, so fuck it, might as well.
Right? I don't have a Cardinals shirt because I have never needed to buy one.
You got lucky last year too. You did get lucky. You know.
Oh man.
Which I got to feel I'll be losing this year too, or next year. So
I've
now
been watching what we've been doing. I
Yep.
think you guys are going to be in trouble.
I know because right now we're in a true rebuilding mode right now. That's what we are.
Yep. And you won't reap the benefits of that for at least 2 seasons.
I know. Could be
2 to
longer.
3
too.
seasons at least.
If the trades and all that pan out perfect.
Yep.
I'm a Giants fan, so I'm not playing this game.
Well, the Cubs and Cardinals, their rivalry goes back almost 100 years. It really does. It's kind of like Boston and Yankees, right? It's like that one.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you figured White Sox and Cubs would have a big rivalry, but they really don't.
Yeah, it's like the Jets and the Giants. They don't have a rivalry, even though they're
Because
the same town.
for a long time they didn't play one though, because one was the American League, one was the National League.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Cubs and White Sox does have a rivalry. It's the North versus the South bullshit. But it's nowhere near what the Cubs and St. Louis Cardinals are.
Yep.
Nowhere near.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not.
People show up for the North versus South.
Yep.
But it's not. Let's just put it this way: when the Cardinals are in Wrigley Field, Cardinals fans hate their life.
I don't. I just give the shit back to the motherfuckers.
There is so much fucking shit talking to Cardinals
Oh, yeah.
fans.
But you gotta be willing. You gotta be willing to take it and give it back to them. And the Cubs fans like it when you give it back to them. They do.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's why they
it makes
provoke
it
you to
fun,
get it back.
but you know what? I've been to fucking games down in St. Louis,
Yep.
and they're like nice. They're like, yeah,
Yeah.
come watch the game, and I'm like, where's the shit talking? Like, what the fuck? But you go
That's
to
like-
Wrigley, you're gonna get fucking shit talked. You're gonna get heckled in the fucking stands because
That's like
that's just
What?
Cubs, you know.
was it 2019 for Father's Day, right? My wife and I took River to see Cubs and Cardinals, right? We sit in the bleachers. Guess who's behind us? Fucking a Cubs fucking family, right? I turned around. We started talking shit to one another. And everyone's like, what the fuck? I said, no, this is what you're supposed to do right here. You know? But you know, same way with Kansas City Cardinals, right? Being in Missouri, right? I-70 series, there ain't no shit talking going on. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's so weird. And you know, that's the one thing that I've heard, and I know for a fact, because I've been to Mariners games, I've been to White Sox games, I've been to New York Yankees and Mets. Like, I've been to fucking tons of games, right? The atmosphere at Wrigley Field is different than anywhere else I've ever been. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Cubs fan. I'm saying that because that stadium during a game is completely different than any other stadium I've ever been in. And
I will say this, the Yankee fans are more rude than any other fans out there. They are.
They don't shit talk. They're just fucking assholes.
Yeah.
And the thing is like Red Sox, coming from a Cubs fan, and my ex-wife, I don't know if I've even told you guys this. My ex-wife, Landon's mom, is related to a Van Camp. The Van Camps are well known in the Red Sox world.
Yeah.
So her uncle, who used to be my insurance agent, we would go over to his house for Christmas. And there's pictures of his grandfather and Babe Ruth sitting in the backyard, smoking a stogie. There's Babe Ruth stuff everywhere.
Well,
his grandfather used to play on the Red Sox with Babe Ruth. He was on the team and playing with Babe Ruth on the Red Sox when they were in Wrigley Field, and Babe Ruth made that famous point to the outfield and hit the ball. So whenever I would go over there for fucking Christmas, it was fucking painful. Because as much as I love history and baseball, it was painful to see Babe Ruth everywhere. And he not only had one autograph from Babe Ruth, he had probably 15 things autographed with Babe Ruth, which is, if you know baseball history, Babe Ruth didn't like signing shit. He did not do a lot of fucking autographs. And this house has like 15 fucking Babe Ruth autographs. And there's pictures of him signing it and pictures of him hanging out in the backyard and drinking whiskey and smoking a stogie and like.
So we're talking like Sotheby auction level shit.
This is like shit that you never see. Yes. And
Stuff
it was
that only has a price after the gavel drops.
Yes, absolutely. So it was painful to go to for family shit over there, but it's so cool because like they have lifetime tickets to the Red Sox. They can go out there anytime. They put their name up on the Jumbotron, welcome Van Camps and everything. They have their own suite. Like, they never have to pay for a fucking game again.
Fucking royalty.
So yes, they are royalty. Yeah, it's super cool, but it fucking sucks. That's the only other time with any other team other than the Cardinals, because I don't give a fuck about any other team, but the Red Sox and the fucking Cardinals can fucking die. Like, they can all die. So if you guys ever go to a game with Gilly and I, there's going to have to be people sitting between us.
Don't roll me. Fuck.
I'm making you hold hands. You guys are holding hands up together.
If we were to hold hands at a fucking Cubs Cardinals game, we would be fucking killed.
Not St. Louis, you wouldn't be, but in Chicago, you wouldn't be.
Fucking Chicago, absolutely.
Because I guarantee if we went to Wrigley Field, right, in the same vehicle, I come out Cardinals, he comes out Cubs shit, we're both gonna get shit for riding the same vehicle. Guarantee fucking team.
Okay, so let's spice this up a bit. What if I come out of the back seat after you two wearing a Yankees jersey?
And
Red Sox.
No, but Yankees are the Cardinals, right? You do that, guess what? They won't shit talk the Yankees for some fucking reason, but not the Cubs for some fucking reason.
Yeah, but if you come out with a Red Sox, you might not make it to the stadium.
See, I don't care about the Red Sox, though. I couldn't care less.
But no, I mean, like St. Louis and Yankees. Yes, those are two has the most world championships of those two teams right there.
Yeah.
That's why there's a big rivalry with St. Louis and Yankees. But we didn't play every year for a long time either. So that's why the Cubs and Cardinals is bigger than that.
Yeah.
You know.
It's all about the exposure to each other.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm going to expose myself. Wait, what?
But I mean, Wrigley Field going there, right? I've been there when they were playing. I was wearing Cardinals gear, right? I tried to get a beer, right? And this fucking lady, she was getting people behind me, right? I thought I said, "The fuck, bitch!" I said, "I'm next in line. Where's my fucking beer?" She goes, "About time a Cardinals fan was not polite to me." I said, "Okay, so that's all I need to do. Then fuck you. Where's my beer?" And she got me my beer.
Fair enough.
And she did say the same thing with Thumper said. Cardinals fans are polite. You know.
Yeah. It's so weird.
Well,
Because-
Midwesterners aren't exactly known for their aggression. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, it depends on where you're at, though, too.
I'm talking generally.
But it's like, you know, I pissed off a lot of people there, too. You know, not being a Cardinals fan because I put ketchup on my hot dog. A lot of people don't like that.
You don't. It's mustard only.
And I had mustard on there, too, but I had ketchup on there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely more Team Thumper on this one. I like to eat my sausages with onions, sauerkraut, and mustard.
Well,
So I pissed them off
just
twice.
Hot dog, not sausage. Hot dog.
Hot dogs.
But
Hot dog is a sausage.
Chicago, the Midwest, upper Midwest, we don't do ketchup on them. You just do mustard. And you can do sauerkraut. You can do relish. You can do all. It's just like if you were to get a Chicago dog, right? There is no ketchup on a Chicago dog.
Oh, and that's what I put it on.
The Chicago dogs are so weird because they got like slices of tomato and shit on them. It's like it's
So good.
Chicago
I mean,
dogs
they are
weird,
good. I'll
man.
give that. They are good.
With the peppers, the sport peppers on them. Oh
Yeah, like there's too many vegetables, man.
no, it's dude. If you have a real Chicago dog, like a real Chicago dog,
Okay.
like not the shitty fucking hot dog. It's got to be a beef hot dog with a good celery shake on it. All that. I mean, you have the fucking little quarter wedge of fucking tomato on it. The sport peppers, the fucking green relish. You cannot beat that kind of a fucking dog with some mustard on it. It is so fucking good. Like a legitimate fucking Chicago dog is. I have never had a hot dog that could beat one of those. And even like you go to Portillo's here, it's close, but it's not that.
You see, I'm all about the fucking Seattle dog with the cream cheese and shit, man. To me, that's like
see,
it's so good.
Well, every region has their own take. Every region has their own take. That's what's lovely about this.
Yeah, we went from the same conversation from pizza to hot dogs, and on we go.
I mean,
Oh, I'm sorry, Thumper. Did I hurt your feelings over there? You kind of
No.
stopped talking.
no,
he's thinking, what the fuck is wrong with him now?
no, because I was gonna say I do like a Detroit style hot dog.
Which
I don't know
is,
if you've ever had one of those.
No, I never had Detroit style. No.
I ain't never even been to Michigan.
So it literally is just a beef hot dog.
Okay.
It's like a chili dog, smothered in chili, cheese, and onions and mustard.
Great. Where's the downside?
No, there's not. I like
Yeah.
that, but it's a beanless chili.
It's fine. I don't care.
Well, which is
That-
Cody dog. Cody is B-list too. Cody is.
Coney's, yeah, but
Well,
that comes
Coney
from
is a
Coney
spicy white hot dog from New York.
Yeah, but it has B-list, but it's B-list though. Or Cody dog. Chili.
Yeah.
yeah, the white one is too, though.
Yep.
But I don't know. I'm really partial to the Chicago style. I mean, you could do like a Michigan style. That's pretty close. I mean, that's like a meatless or a meat sauce with mustard and stuff. But I more prefer a Chicago dog.
Well, when it comes to matters of taste, no one's actually wrong. You like what you like.
Well,
Yeah.
it ain't no different in St. Louis, right? You got two things: fried ravioli and gooey butter cake, right there.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold on.
Yep.
Did you just say fried ravioli
That's where it was made at. That's who.
on a hot dog?
Yeah.
No, just fried ravioli. They call it toasted. Now they call it toasted raviolis.
Hot
right?
dogs here. Okay, no, yeah, fried ravioli is good. Okay, I thought we were talking about hot dogs still.
The first time that was made, somebody fucked up. They took ravioli, cornmeal, right? Put deep fry. Came out great.
Oh, no, that sounds really good. Yeah.
That's how it came to be. No, now it's called toasted ravioli. But those are two things in St. Louis they're particular about: ravioli and gooey butter cake.
Okay. All right. Well,
You know.
again, that sounds pretty good. Again, I thought we were still talking about hot dogs here. So
Oh, no.
I was asking you to backtrack a tad.
No.
All right, guys. I know this is probably not the greatest time, but I got to bounce. My son is home and we're cooking up some steaks tonight for dinner, so I got to get the grill fired up.
No worries.
All right, gentlemen. I will see you on the Tuesday, which I will have off because I have enough PTO, so it should be fun.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. I'll see you.
Something that time. Peace out.
Take it easy. Oh man. Yeah, I love me a Chicago dog, just like I love me a Chicago fucking style pizza. If you guys come to Iowa, I'm taking you across the river to fucking Alfano's and we're getting a fucking Chicago style pizza. Gilly, you won't be able to fucking eat it. But
I don't know, and that's fine.
You can fucking look at it and drool.
As long as they got beer, I'm good. You know that.
I mean, they do. So
Yeah, that's why I mean, because right, most places I can eat it anyway, so I'm good. As long as they serve beer, guess what? I can do that and eat later on.
I can always pick it up and bring it home too. But I want you guys to have a fucking Quad City style pizza, like a legitimate from Davenport Quad City style pizza where it was fucking born.
Well, I can't eat that either, so
I might be able to. Actually, you might be able to.
they would have to use plant-based cheese, and most places ain't gonna do that for one order. They ain't going to.
You do realize I have a buddy that owns a fucking pizza restaurant, right?
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying most people don't want to buy the plant-based cheese. Put it that way.
He's invited me in to make pizza in his restaurant so he could try my pizza, my crust, and everything. I'm sure if I bought the shit, he would let me fucking use his fucking restaurant.
Yeah, that way, yeah. But it'd have to be.
Yeah.
We would have to buy it. That's what I'm saying. And bring it too.
I can do it. I can
which-
make it happen.
All right, fellas, go ahead. Did it?
Go for it.
If you want to, yeah.
I mean, we can still bullshit afterwards. It don't matter to me. But all right, here we go.
Yeah.
From the decks to the galley, we've had our say. Fiverr's crew rolling on another fine day. Stories and laughter from shipmates true. We'll see you next time. Fair winds to you.
This is the Fifers 991!